When the moose flute calls, put down the alcohol and stop your whoring for 1 minute. Listen to the flute, God damn it. The moose flute. David Lindsay is a witchcraftsman. Magic objects made by his hand. Striped ebony and moose antler. Make a bong and booze decanter. The moose flute calls to a whore. It summons anti-deb and more. And it has the larger feel right holes. But what the fuck are those? The moose flute. When the moose flute calls, put down the alcohol and stop your whoring for 1 minute. Listen to the flute, God damn it. When the moose flute calls, put down the alcohol and stop your whoring for 1 minute. Listen to the flute, God damn it. David Lindsay is a witchcraftsman. Magic objects made by his hand. Striped ebony and moose antler. Make a bong and booze decanter. The moose flute calls to a whore. It summons anti-deb and more. And it has the larger feel right holes. What in the flute finger flappery are those? The moose flute. When the moose flute calls, put down the alcohol and stop your whoring for 1 minute. Listen to the flute, God damn it, the moose flute.
The moose flute. Isn't it crazy how we summon the whore, and yet here she is. Here she is. Not you, Curious Wendy. You're not the whore. Your Aunt Deborah. It's your Aunt Deborah. Welcome. I didn't get to finish the episode earlier because Taco Bell happened. And boy, howdy do I love me some Taco Bell. It's a late night live, y'all. I had a Mexican pizza and I'm feeling ready to go. I promised you guys we'd watch Las Vegas news since I've abandoned the kids for a week to go to the faraway Moose Lodge where Dad lost all of your Christmas money. No shoes this semester. We're going to have to hope some TikTok star comes around and gives you free shoes so that they can induce everybody on the internet to crying because you finally got new sneakers because you have a shitty dad. It's fine. You must sleep soon. Well, luckily I got up late, very late. Woo! Yeah, Taco Bell happens. It happens. It definitely happens. And it happened. And it was delicious. How is the stream? Does it look like shit? It's showing me at 1 bar. It's giving your dad 1 bar, and I'm starting to stress. Does it look okay, or is it breaking up really bad? The nodes are at it again, kids. The nodes are at it again. I hope we at least get a pack of cigarettes in our stockings. No, Dad can't afford cigarettes anymore. They're too expensive. Only Dad gets to smoke them now. You kids have to get the patches. You have to get the patches. It looks good? Okay. We're going to wean all you kids off. Because Dad can't afford it anymore. He destroyed the family income in Vegas. Looking good, no nodes. Excellent. Excellent. I did. I spoke too soon. I see Auntie Deb is here. Actually, I need to send your Uncle Frank an invite. Because I'm inviting Uncle Frank while he's in the hospital and feeling squirrely to get his butt over here and watch Las Vegas news with us. And I pulled some of the stories that I saw while I was in Las Vegas and some weird ones that I just thought were interesting. And I thought, let's learn about this together. All right. So let's find your auntie. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send it to a group chat that I have with your auntie and your uncle. Oh, and some good Vegas videos. That's fun. Excellent. And we're going to see if they show up. How are you guys doing tonight? Thank you for being here. It's freezing a little bit. Where? Where are you? I'd like to be freezing. It's very hot here. Hello, Sarah's Suspicions with the double S. What are you suspicious about? Buy 1 pack and divide it up among the kids? Well, maybe we can afford to do that. We'll have to see if Costco sells cigarettes come Christmas. I dipped a while ago. Nothing to do with Adam. Self-care and self-respect. Respect. See, I said it wrong. Reign supreme, though. You got to do self-care. You got to go care for yourself. Make sure you girls wash your pussies in the bin nightly. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm in a mood. Patches. Nightmares. Waking up in a cold sweat. Absolutely. You kids deserve nightmares and cold sweats. Because dad made a bad decision in Vegas. Several. You can't wait. Yeah, we're going to watch the news. We'll see if Frank or Deborah dip in. You're suspicious of everything? Everything? You can see your breath in Maine. Listen, I'm catching up on the news between the last stream and this stream. Let me tell you kids something. Washer. I'm not going to say it again. A lot of news happened while I was gone. A lot of news happened everywhere. I had no idea there was a hurricane and it was devastating. What the fuck? You kids said there was a hurricane. I didn't know it was devastating. Holy shit. Poor South Carolina, poor North Carolina, poor all the Carolinas, the South, Florida. What happened? Who is Helene? Why is she doing this to us? Maybe Uncle Frank knows. Uncle Frank's here.
Breathe. I'm just saying in North Carolina.
What the fuck happened there?
Oh, you're asking the wrong one.
The wrong one. I just saw there was a big ass fucking hurricane. It was devastating. People died. There's a school where these high school kids went hiking and they went to stay in a cabin and they got washed up in the cab. They're stuck. They're still there. They can't get them out.
What?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad storm apparently. Pretty bad hurricane. Like a lot of houses got destroyed forever. It's fucking crazy. Like people died. It was like they're Sandy.
Shit. Dude,
good thing.
Not to take away from that and the deaths and the things, my neighbor is going fucking ham sandwich.
Why?
I keep sending Auntie video recordings. I think he's like sundown and he's like, I'm gonna fucking punch you. Stop touching my fucking feet. I'm gonna hit you in the fucking face. 30 minutes just kept saying I'm gonna hit you in the face. So I like creep over to the wall to the vent system and I'm like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Hit him. And then I just crawl back into my bed and act like I didn't just do that.
Is he gonna do it? Did you hear him get hit? Did anyone get hit?
Not yet, but there's still time. There's still fucking time.
This is why you can never be left alone in the shoe. You can't go to prison.
Can't.
You'll just be in there encouraging people.
I'll be encouraging people. I love bologna, so I'll love the sandwiches. I'll be doing ramen. I'll be making the Dorito tacos in a bag. I'll probably have a couple lovers. I don't know. I could thrive in prison, maybe. I don't know.
Have you seen the videos of them making the when they hook up the light source with they put it to the metal toilet to heat the toilet and they use that as a stove?
Interessante. I have not seen that.
Oh, well, maybe that's what you need to, like, if you're already planning ahead for prison, we've all done this actually on the channel already. We picked our prison talents because I came to a theory that that's how you get by, right? Like in prison, if you don't have something to offer everybody, you got to have a talent.
You gotta.
That can save you. Like having a good prison talent can keep you, if you are precious to them, or if you are considered someone that I'm trying not to sneeze.
Just let it out. Just let it happen.
No, it's so fucking crazy when it happens. I swallowed it.
Why do you fight it so hard?
I don't like it because if I do it once, I'm gonna do it multiple times, and it's just
I'm a multiple sneezer. I'm a multiple sneezer.
Anyway, we need to find your prison talent. Some people are good cooks. Some people are really good at dealing drugs. Let's see. Prison food talks. Here we go. They teach you all kinds of ways to make things into heaters. This guy is going to make calzones.
Calzones.
Hold on. Yeah, let's watch him make calzones. Hey, Aunt Deb, you heard the horror flute? Hello, Rabbit. Oh,
The
look, Rabbit loves
Rabs.
you. Look at that toilet wine. Absolutely, Rebels.
Oh
Rebels.
yeah. I've confiscated many a fucking toilet wine.
Yeah, we're going to do this. We're gonna watch this fella. He's gonna teach us some stuff real quick. We're gonna learn a little bit about how to make a jailhouse chicken calzone.
All right, let's fucking do it.
Let's make it, and then I'm gonna show you some crazy fucking
chicken calzone today, man. You think?
Bro, he's going ham over there. Trying to learn how to make.
All right, so I got you.
prison husband. You gonna make him your prison husband?
He's very shiny, and the goatee's not really, but he's trying.
He's trying. He's trying his best. He's in prison. Also, where do you get an eyebrow ring in prison? I feel like this could be fake.
Anything could be an eyebrow ring, okay?
Yeah, that's true. What's he gonna do here? Calzones?
Doing calzones, or is he making a taco?
I don't know. He just did the hot noodles, crushing up Doritos.
Yeah. Commonly known little treasure.
Oh, you better fucking see us, Rabbit. You got kicked out of Sidepaw?
Rabbit.
I love it.
Everybody.
Rabbit's having an existential meltdown after getting kicked out of the Sidepaw. People won't accept your fucking love because you're out of control, Rabbit. You got a
Rabbit,
wrench.
I accept your love. I emailed you. Check it.
That's not a calzone. This is a burrito.
Does he know what it? Does he know what that word is?
That's a burrito.
Well, I mean, it's prison. What can we expect?
Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs.
Wait,
the
no,
way
I don't want
scrambled eggs should be made.
scrambled eggs. Fuck this.
Eggs make me want to vomit.
Inmate dealing with a predator in jail? Nope. I want to see more prison shit. Making prison ramen? Okay, no. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. He started his own TikTok show in a jail cell. Hey, fella. Here he goes. What the fuck did he just do?
What's he doing?
Oh shit. I don't know. There's like music happening. Let me lower it a little. What is all? Oh my god, that's so many ingredients.
Look at all the things.
Look at all of them. Oh my god.
I'm like adjusting my
making a
glasses.
whole
This that
bunch.
will help.
Huh?
Is he feeding the whole jail? What's he doing?
Oh, he turned his bed into a grill? Oh shit. Hold up. Hold up.
This is next level.
So this is a hot plate thing he's made with a can lid. This is what I was talking about. They take the electric wire out of the light, right? They pull it, they attach it to the metal, and when they flick it on, it heats the metal. He put it on paper books stacked up, and then he pressed it underneath the metal bunk. So this little can lid acts as a hot plate to heat up the whole metal bunk. And he uses it as a massive grill. Like he's a fucking Waffle House cook. I could make it in prison.
Right? But like they have all these skills, like use them outside and like make that money.
I know, dude. This is incredible. Okay, no, he stacked something with a rock attached to it. Okay, Dylan put a plastic bag on his head. Okay, so and it looks like he's cleaned this one square spot he's gonna cook on. Okay, used to sneeze 3 times. Yeah, I can't do it. You sobbed and you pooted, Rabbit. That's a double pipe. That's a double pipe classic. Uncle Frank, Miss Shorty loves your ink.
Thank you.
Marcia
I got a
Planet
new
says,
piece. I'll show you guys after we learn this how to cook on your bed with the whatever the fuck.
Rabbit, is it because you're going to prison? You better not go anywhere, Rabbit. You better not go to jail. And if you
Rabbit,
do, you better make this food.
I'll send you commissary though.
I'll send you commissary, Rabbit. Rabbit, why am I missing people? Always remember the way you called me a whore, Snake. You are a whore, Snake. And listen, Rabbit, You're a horse snake, but we love you and we'll send you commissary when you wrench the other kids in the face, okay? Do you understand? No. Bye-bye times for Little Rabbit. Little Rabbit's going to go to bed probably soon, huh? We'll be back.
Oh, no,
This is a bean and cheese burrito? What is he doing? He's putting honey buns in with the burrito? That's a lot of frosting for one honey bun. Oh, my God.
My diabetes would start flaring. I don't even have it, but I'd develop it.
Your what? Your beaties?
Yeah, I feel like I'd develop the beatus.
The diabetes? Yeah, look, Rabbit is going to prison. Rabbit's prepping for prison. Yeah, Dylan put a plastic bag on his head. He's still got it on there. He's coming by. He's going to show you. Nope, come on. Show him what you did.
Dill pickles. Come on.
No, he can breathe. He's just being dramatic. Come here. Show them what you did. You're an adult man. Show that he's eating chocolate,
What kind?
mint, and here we go.
Oh, hey, Dill.
This is what he's doing. He hit his head pretty hard in Vegas, you guys. He hit his head pretty hard. Now he does this.
Well, that might be your life now.
Yep. He walks around with a bag on his head and he eats treats. Uh-oh. That prison talk was neat. He's forever changed. Rabbit's going to prison for being a snaky little whore. All these people are just making burritos. None of this is that impressive. Dylan, I'm pretty sure I can get demonetized for that. Could you not? Yep.
Not the help. That's what the fuck you get for when my nurse is here saying how you need your dick cut off. So fuck you.
Tell that nurse to come back. Did she ask you about that later?
God, no. She's like 12 years old. She's not going to ever ask me about that.
She's 12. She's a 12-year-old nurse.
Basically. She's never going to ask me about that.
Fucking Rabbit. Rabbit's trying to apologize, and Rabbit hasn't even done anything to go to prison yet.
Rabbit, stop apologizing.
Yeah, you didn't do nothing. You're not a whore like your Aunt Deb. That is a look. Aunt Deb snuck away to do sniffies.
Aunt Deb's texting me, so tell that bitch hop on.
Tell that bitch to go check the Facebook Messenger.
God
Prison
damn it.
chefs on TikTok. Here we go.
Ooh.
Mailing, I think he means making fried rice in prison.
You know what? They're trying their best with the words and the spelling. They're trying.
Yeah, they're doing good. That
You know what I
spaghetti
mean?
looked pretty good, actually. Damn. Prisoner starts his own. Okay, but show me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is a lot.
Fuck.
What is this? Making fried food. Is that fishes?
Like, why am
Hold
I
on.
so ignorant that I think commissary's just like a bag of chips, some ramen, and maybe like a honey bun? Clearly
It's
not.
not. P. Diddy's commissary is insane.
Just a bunch of fucking baby oil.
P. Diddy's commissary options. Dylan's trying to fake like he's bleeding because he found my fake blood. Hey, you really can't do that on Facebook. He found fake blood in the bathroom for Halloween. So now he's...
Dylan, have you been checked for a concussion?
Have you been checked for a concussion?
I'm fine.
Stop. Go clean yourself.
Be careful. He could be the next Chris Benoit. Just watch out for that,
Yeah, he could. Also I could too, so that's fun. That's fun to think about. Yeah, he's okay. He did get hit on the head pretty hard. That was days ago though. That blood he just showed you is fake. He found that in the bathroom and he's been playing with it. He's been having a good time pranking Dad. Check his pupils. They are shaped like a snake's. They are shaped like a cat eye. He has fucked up pupils.
And you know what? Good to go. Is one bigger than the other? Maybe. Is he just thriving with his treats in his bag? Yeah. All right. Cool.
His chromosomes are all wonky, but he'll be fine.
Whose isn't?
Yeah, we're all of us, and I hear a razor going. That's good. That's good.
Can anyone bring pillows? Listen, I have my own sheets. I have a mattress topper. I have my own pillows. I don't trust these blankets. I don't trust these pillows.
Have you ever have you ever done a luminol spray at the hospital like one would do in a hotel room to see where all the cum is?
I feel like I'd throw up and I don't know what I would do next.
I think that we need to send you some luminol if you're gonna be there, right?
I was gonna say I do have some overnight shifts coming up if like I'm out of here. So like I could start luminoling the unit and like let y'all see what I find. That could be cool.
That's true. Rabbit's upset. Rabbit, what's wrong? You are kind.
Rabbit, what is going on? What did I miss?
I don't know, but I think Rabbit's going to prison. I think Rabbit killed someone.
But you know
I'm
what?
very
That's
concerned.
commissary. We'll have a conjugal visit. But like, what did I miss?
Rabbit, did someone's sarcasm lead you to be in prison? I'm autistic. I thought you would understand. I do understand. Rabbit is very kind.
So
Rabbit is very
kind.
kind, and Rabbit's a sweetheart. But Rabbit's going to an autistic prison because
They
Rabbit
have
did something.
those?
What did you do, Rabbit? Don't worry, you're not grounded. You're my favorite. What's wrong, Rabbit? What's
Yeah,
wrong? You're forgiven whatever you did. I don't even care.
yeah, I
It's at
don't
the
care
point
if
you could.
you Mom, I forgive you.
You're banned from where? You're not
Cool.
banned from here. Who banned you? You're the only mod. Did you ban yourself, Rabbit?
Where
Rabbit?
I
Did you
should
ban yourself? Look, Uncle Frank blacked out.
Oh, sorry, Auntie Deb talk. How do I get back? I'm back. Am I back? I'm back.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Miss Shorty. Hey, how about this? If somebody was mean, whether it was me or Rabbit or Uncle Frank, you
So
know, if
mean.
it was perceived as being mean, maybe we can just accept it and be like, you know what, forgiven. And if the person wasn't being mean, if you were apologizing, took your comments wrong, yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue because here's the thing on YouTube, whenever there's typing and there's chatting, it's very hard to establish tone. I think
Right.
there was a
Let's
miscommunication.
talk it out. You want to talk it out? Get it out there. Air it out. Talk it out. Then
Yeah.
y'all like, hey, this is what happened. I'm sorry. Cool. I forgive you. Next.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think that everybody, how about we all start being mean? I mean, even if, look, you know, I don't think, here's the thing, tone loud and clear. Okay. Well, everybody's been a little mean sometimes. It's okay. I
It's
mean, here's the
alright.
thing. I call Aunt Deb a whore every day. I curse her name. I
Yeah,
piss on effigies of her.
you do.
I let the dog bury them in the yard. Oh no, everybody's fighting. Everyone's mad. Well, how about why don't you two just block each other? Because I like you both and I don't want you fighting.
Yeah,
Everybody, if you guys are fighting, if you're having issues with each other, just block each other, right? And then you don't have to see each other.
Why do I feel like do I appear as a sliver on the screen? I don't know.
It's because the news people are on here.
I'm
Let me make it
delighted
big.
it out. No,
Let me make it big.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing that you know, anybody was being intentionally mean, if that makes sense. And even if they were, like if they said I'm sorry, then it's fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got a pretty good group, and like we've been able to weed out the not so good.
Yeah.
Pretty swiftly, you know.
But also at the same time, personalities are going to clash. I have two aunts that used to get along great. Now they fucking hate each other, you know?
Oh God, me too. Irish people, they just love to be fighting, holding grudges since Nam.
Are you guys all Irish? All these kids might be Irish. What if you guys fucked around and got a little Irish in you and now you're fucking fighting each other because you're all Irish?
Maybe, you know, the Irish can hold a grudge and they love to fight.
Does dad need to beat the Irish out of you kids? Do I need to be Rabbit? No, Rabbit, I believe you. I know that you spoke your mind and I'm done. I mean, you're done. Listen, I don't think Rabbit did anything intentional. And I don't think that, you know, Miss Shorty did anything intentional.
Miss
I think
Shorty's
there's got to be a misunderstanding here. There's got to be a
there's a
misunderstanding.
breakdown somewhere.
Something happened. Something happened. Did you kids did a node get to you while I was gone? What happened? I think it can be worked through. I think anything can be worked through, except some things. There's a few things that can't. Maybe most things can't be worked through. Actually, you know what? Should we have your kids fight each other?
Eve?
take a swing at your old man, kids. Should we withhold health care from Uncle Frank until you kids make amends?
I'll say no to everything. I'll say fucking no.
Should we call up these nurses and say, I'm going to need you to pull the plug on Frank until these kids can get along?
Need you to find a plug her in, and then fucking unplug her.
We're going to have to plug her in just so we can unplug.
I won't even tell kids the news I just got, and it's exciting. So let's make up in the chats.
Let's make up in the chat. Otherwise, you don't get to hear Uncle Frank's good news.
You don't get to hear the cool shit that might be happening fairly fucking soon.
Rabbit, you have to be here tomorrow. How are you not going to hear the cool news?
Yeah, there's pretty cool news.
Pretty good news. What if we tell you? And you know what? Rabbit's going through some shit too. And Hugin said that Rabbit's going to be okay. I think you're going to be okay, Rabbit.
I know.
Really do.
It's going to be okay. I think we're all going to be okay. I think we all just need like a minute. Need a breath.
His dad blew all the money in Vegas. I fucked up the whole family dynamic.
If anybody smokes, just, smoke for me, because I really can't.
Dad's vaping. Dad's vaping moose juice from fucking Las Vegas.
Or the sun, wherever you are, just, nature it out. Fuck.
You kids want to go dig a hole?
Dig a fucking hole.
No, Rabbit, thank you for your kindness. Listen, stick around. You guys can just block each other, right? You guys can just block each other.
Yeah, if you can't get past
there's no reason.
That's all right.
Yeah, there's no. Here's the thing. If I don't like someone, I just block them.
Oh, God, I blocked so many people.
Block them.
Text. I got rid of Facebook. I just, sometimes you just need a little break.
And the same goes for, listen, if someone doesn't get along with you, they can block you. That's the great part. You guys can block each other.
I'm not everybody's fucking cup of tea. I know that.
Oh, I'm not either. Some people fucking hate me. And I get it.
I get it.
I get it. I'm hateable sometimes.
To like me. That's totally fine if they don't. And if they want to vocalize it, that's also their prerogative, and that's okay.
Yep. Sometimes the family dynamic gets thrown off because dad loses everything to a pig that shoots coins out of its asshole.
Oh, you lost everything to the pig?
To pig. Yeah, the pig took it all, and now there's no Christmas presents for the kids, and that vibe is rubbing off.
Well,
what are you looking for, baghead?
You done fucked up.
Oh yeah, I borrowed his charger cable. Now he's looking at me like he's about to Benoit me after that fucking head hit. After that chair shot to the head that he gave himself. Jesus Christ. He had Karen Reed. He had John O'Keefe injuries. You know what I mean? Like the front and the back. How they were like, don't do that. How they were like, little shit. How they're like, he pirouetted. There was no way these injuries could have happened. Okay, well, Dylan had the same injuries. So apparently you could just fall off a stage. He's just down. No, like legit, he had the same fucking injuries.
Dude.
Yeah, and Rabbit's not timing anyone out. And also, Rabbit's been doing a good job as a mod. Despite any beef anybody has, Rabbit has been showing everybody shit from me while Dad's all bonked out on Vegas juice.
Oh,
no matter what the affiliation.
Fucking Dad.
Rabbit's a blood trying to get along with Crips. And listen, we respect both. We're Latin kings. We get it. Me and Uncle Frank.
Oh,
what are we? What are we affiliated as?
For my life, I fucked with some bloods in my life.
Some bloods? You're Suwu? Well, whatever. It's fine.
Whoop.
Either way, whoop whoop. I'm Juggalo. We're all trying to get along here. All the gangs are here,
and I'm so scared of clowns. And this man had clown tattoos everywhere. Named his kids after the ICP people, but also, and I hate this for me and for myself. Had a swastika tattoo. The
clowns would hate that. Shaggy 2-Dope would hate that. And Violent J. Hey, bring the Hugin to the kids.
I hate that. Everyone should hate that.
The kids really need this. Uncle Frank, you need the healing powers of the Hugin. Rabbit. Rabbit. Anybody who's in here. Rabbit, Miss Shorty, Old Turd, Wendy. Look at this. Look at your god.
Hey, Mookie Moo.
Hugin has one demand. The demand is to play with the mouse. Oh, are you on the desk, honey?
How's that Mookie?
Look at them.
What's up,
Will you tell Rabbit and everyone it's going to be okay? Tell them.
Let him move.
Tell them about your near-death experience. Tell them about how a kitty almost ate you.
Oh,
Say hello. Hello, I'm the Hoogan. Don't you love the kids? They love you.
who took care of the hooks while you were gone? Somebody good?
Uncle Jamie.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Uncle Jamie.
Good.
Thank you for the pond back.
Hoogies.
Yeah, he took him to all the bathhouses and they went on cruises. They cruised around the block for other hot dogs.
Good.
Yes. I literally complimented people and it came off as a backwards compliment. I do that too. It's fine. That's why I think it's a misunderstanding. You know what I mean?
Even
I think
like
that
not
also
through
Americans
text, the
were
way I
such
say shit, sometimes the way I
Yeah.
say shit, or like my face can't control this shit. I could be saying the nicest shit to you, and my face is not matching that.
Well, also I could be smiling and saying like, ha ha ha, fucking jump in a lake, but I'm kidding. So I
Yeah.
think tone is always off. I always think
So
it's off.
then-
Even when people think it's not off, tone is off. It's
Yeah.
off.
So then even through like text, everything gets misconstrued, and
Mhm. Yeah.
you know,
Timing is everything. And with the chat delayed 30 seconds, that can change it all. That changes it all, especially the context. If I'm talking about something funny and then 30 seconds later, I'm like, a woman was raped and murdered. And then at that moment, someone in chat goes, ha 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 ha, because they're responding to something 30 seconds behind. It can look like they're laughing at
that
the
could be
rape and murder.
problematic.
And then people go, why are you laughing at that, you piece of shit? And at that point, instead of going, oh, I'm sorry, I was laughing at something else, it must be because the chat was behind. You know what I mean? But by that point, this person's already said, you piece of shit. So now fucking shots fired. So now
Spirals.
there's a never ending, and this is where communication breakdowns happen.
Right.
And it's a
And
lot.
not that either of us really know exactly what happened or what's going on. I missed it. I'm pretty sure you missed it. I don't know what's going on. I just hope it can get better. I hope it's something that can get better. And if it can't, then it can't. And that sucks. But
Yeah. Look at that. Rabbit said, I ain't fighting shit. Nobody's putting a fucking word in my mouth. Not now or ever. I like this energy. Rabbit, in all seriousness, you sound like Birdman on the Breakfast Club, and I believe you. I think that you've been misunderstood. Yes, the Birdman. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
When he came in and he said, put some respect on my name. He came into he told Charlemagne I could have pulled up, but I didn't pull up.
Charlemagne's such a
Charlemagne's not a god, nor is he a dog. He's a piece of shit.
I got a lot of thoughts about that fucking man.
He's a slick little dude. He's very shiny. He talks a lot of shit. He pissed off a couple of people who I really like, but I love his vibe with Miss Pat.
He has a good vibe, but like the shit he talks, he can never fucking back up, and that's what gets me. Like, if you're gonna say some shit, back it up with something.
Galen, I don't think anyone's fighting.
Something.
I think what happened is there's a misunderstanding. Miss Shorty came in, she was very mad. She was a little aggressive. She was mad, And Rabbit saying, put some respect on my name. I didn't say shit. It was a misunderstanding. It seemed to me, based on the response, Miss Shorty saying, I read the tone. With all due respect, I don't know. Americans come off weird. We come off weird. I do wonder if there was a misinterpretation.
We do. We really do.
It's not on Miss Shorty, it's on us. It's because we're fucking weird, and I think she took it wrong. And I think Rabbit tried to apologize, and then that got taken. Taken. It's Mike Tyson trying to say tooketh. 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 Taken wrong. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is,
it was taken.
No, tender hearts. No, we're thick-skinned bitches. We all have psoriasis in here. We all have skin problems, Rabbit.
Oh,
no, listen. I think that, I don't think. Listen, I've talked to Rabbit a lot. I do think that we have to be hyper aware of each other's mental illnesses. For example, if I were, let's say I screamed out bad words, what's it called? Tourette's?
Yeah.
If I'm screaming the F word at you like I'm fucking Michael Richards, that's a lot different if I have Tourette's than if I don't, isn't it? Isn't it? One is okay and one is not okay. Just very simple. It's okay. You have Tourette's. It's not okay. You don't have Tourette's. Stop calling me that. These are there's a circumstance, right? So I think if somebody is autistic and they say things in a way that is taken wrong or comes out wrong, whatever the circumstance is, and they tell you, I'm sorry, I'm bad with social interaction, I'm autistic, we have to go, okay, that will be considered in future conversation. So I think it's fair of Rabbit to explain this to us very kindly, to put it out on the table. I also think that in the way we would confess to autism, Australians have to confess to being Australian. And you guys got to come out and you got to say, listen, I'm Australian. Everything here is correct and everything you're doing is wrong. And like they got the metrics, they got everything figured out. We're still fucking stuck. Okay.
We're going to stay stuck.
They have Kylie Minogue and we're bringing back people that don't need to be brought back. Like it's a weird space-time continuum, but I do think that the Aussies interpret things in a way that maybe they don't understand American humor. To us, what's funny is very sad to them, maybe. I don't know.
Our humor is very like dark and fucked up and you know.
When we say that's badass, that means it's good.
Yeah.
And when they say bogan, that's bad. I think that's their pendejo. I don't know.
Pendejo.
Yeah, bogan. I learned that the other day.
There's just a lot of differences. I don't know.
There's a lot of differences. I think it was a misunderstanding. I do like Rabbit's energy, though. Put some respect on my name.
Oh, I always love that kind of energy.
Super Birdman. I feel like if Bev would have done that in the trial, would have come in and said, put some respect on my name, I do feel like people would have respected her and put that respect on her name, but she didn't do that. She came in sighing.
Are we sure?
Are we sure what?
That if she said that the outcome would be, yeah, we're going to do it.
If she did what Auntie Deb did, if she put on sunglasses and started crab walking.
Well, if she did that.
Like a rapper.
Then yes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I'm frequently understand too. People think I'm mean and I'm not. Same. I'm frequently understand too. I'm almost always mean. Yeah, I think we're all misunderstood. And I think that people are quick to go, hey, you're not misunderstood. Like, I get it. When maybe like they just give the benefit of the doubt. It was a misunderstanding, Now, if it keeps fucking happening over and over and over and it becomes a problem, then it's like, well, come on now. Come on now.
If it's affecting like your mental or anyone's mental, whether it be Rabbit or Shorty, then like, you guys, yourselves, like what you can handle, what you can't, what you're willing to deal with. And if it's something you're not willing to deal with, that's fucking quite all right too.
And here's the thing. These are two of my prime kids. These are two of my top dog kids. They love them to death. Miss Shorty's the kid who's really great at fucking. If this were the Von Erichs, Miss Shorty would be David. Okay. And Rabbit would be my Kevin. Like, what am I going to do if my David and my Kevin are fighting? This is crazy. We can't have a fucking faction that way.
Cannot stand.
The kids have to get along. I'm Fritz. The
kids aren't all right. We got to fix it.
I have the fucking Iron Claw kids. I need you to get along. How are we going to fight Tully Blanchard? How are we going to fight Ric Flair? How are we going to fight the Freebirds in Memphis? Woo. Kids, we got to get you fucking back. Otherwise, you know what happened with the Von Erichs.
So that my neighbor doesn't punch someone because all he wants to do is punch someone.
You should let him hit you in the box.
Let him hit me right in the bad kidney. Be like, do I get one yet? You
just bitch. Punch me in my fucking box and then square up in front of him.
Guys, listen, you're not going to hear my good news. And
what's the good news? Birdman rubbing hands, Dookie snakes.
All right, I'm gonna share it, but I don't know, kids. I wish you'd get along.
You're pregnant. It's gay. We're gonna raise it and put it in suits like Prince George.
No, I've already tried to get Auntie Deb to inseminate one of my fresh frozen eggs.
You can take his sperm.
Yeah, I'm gonna turkey base that shit right into one of my fresh frozen eggs.
We can knock him out. You can get his sperm. You can harvest his milk.
So got a phone call tonight, or this morning rather, that someone has passed so much of the transplant testing that they're on to tissue match. Once you get past tissue match, it's just months away.
You're gonna get another kidney. Oh my god, tissue match. Fuck, dude.
So I'm trying to be hopeful as fuck.
Look at Aunt Deb's ruining it, talking about Dad's boyfriend's bulge.
I didn't even look at the chat. What is this bitch ass?
Fucking Facebook notifications popped up, and it's Aunt Deb talking to pecker checking on my guy.
I'm fucking on my phone, so I can't see all this goddamn
Should I
shit.
beat her ass for this? Don't be talking about my wife. What is it? Chris Rock said.
Keep my wife's
name out of your
motherfucking mouth.
Keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth. Do you understand, Aunt Deb? Keep my wife's fucking name out of your mouth. Don't ha 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 in group, Tiffany.
I'm so sorry. I was supposed to tell you that a few minutes ago, but I didn't see the messages.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with? Okay, I got Rabbit over
There's
here.
There's a screen grab of it too.
Having an autism meltdown because she's a sweetheart and she's too empathetic. I got Miss Shorty over here having an Australian meltdown because she's fucking mad at something. Rabbit did, but I don't think Rabbit meant it that way. Then I'm over here. I got fucking you getting a new ass kidney because you got a tissue match. So that's fucking fantastic news. But simultaneously, you got a guy next to you who's over here trying to deck you in the box, trying to deck doctors. And you're over here going, do it. You're a fucking psycho. And then we got Aunt Deb over here pecker checking on Dylan, who's got blood on his head and a bag on it too. I don't know what to do anymore. Meanwhile, Mookie's is sitting there getting red rockets, licking himself. I don't fucking know what to do anymore.
There's a lot happening, man.
There's a lot. And this nurse isn't supportive of me getting my penis surgery. And I'm still thinking about it. And it still fucking bothers me.
Yeah, she didn't bring it up, so I don't know if it will be brought up or like maybe she'll put it in a note because I get to see the notes on my mind chart. So like, I'll
pick a side, bitch. Like, what side are you on?
Pick a side, pick a side.
She doesn't want me to pump it up like a BK Knight. That's fine. Or an Air Max. I don't know what the shoes are. I just know like what's up on my dick. So you're gonna get. You know what would have been really funny? I'm gonna find a way to ruin this moment for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let me take you down a peg. You're getting too fucking. You've gotten too much good news too fast. Listen.
You know I love being knocked down.
Why didn't you do a toast at the wedding? Right? And announce it there just to fucking be on Reddit as this fucking bitch announced her new kidney at my wedding.
And you know what would have been like the icing on the cake is like, she's like, I love the girl, but she's my hairstylist. She's like 22 years old. And I just take the mic and destroy the whole wedding.
You're just like, oh yeah, well, I passed the tissue match and I'm getting a kidney. Mic drop.
I know you'll probably get divorced in a couple of years because marriage is weird. But guess what?
But my kidney's going to last forever.
Auntie.
Yeah, that was really nice of you to say, Aunt Deb. Thanks for looking at his penis. At your fucking brother-in-law's penis. Thanks. In this family. God damn it. It does look big. It's because he has blood on his head. It's because he hit his head and all the blood rushed to it.
He's concussed, I swear.
His eye always looks like that.
I just mean the rest of him.
Oh, yeah. No, he's also covered in like sores and wounds and like big fucking what do you call it? Lumps and bruises. He literally had every injury. I'm not kidding. I'm going to draw it up. He had every injury John O'Keefe had except for the eye. He did hit his eye, but it didn't go black. He was fucked. Like his elbows are rubbed raw.
Dude,
He has wounds on the back of his hand.
This fucking airport lighting is gonna make me vomit.
Yeah, it is airport. It is airport lighting. Yeah, Deb is very rude. How dare you point out the source of my enjoyment? Yeah, am I the asshole on Reddit? That's what you. How fucking great would that have been, though? I'm not trying to say what if, but like, what if at the wedding you pretended you were gonna do a toast, like congratulations, and then you're just like, by the way,
I mean,
I
I could
figured
always
what
just
better time to announce
find a
I'm getting
random
kid.
wedding to go to and just ruin it.
Someone we need to get you
like
invited.
a funeral or like anything. I'll just show up. I'll just like look for local things to show up at.
Have you seen there's a new job that you can actually apply for now? It used to be a joke that a stand-up comic told. And I did take 2 better drills, so I'm sorry if I start to drift. It was a joke that a comic told that became it turns out it was real. I thought it was a goof. It's real. It is you get paid to cry at funerals. They pay people to be funeral stand-ins. So
how much? I can cry so easily.
Dude, it's wild. Like, and it depends on the state, but there's some states where like it's actually like a business. There's apps for it. Like it's like TaskRabbit, but you go to the funeral and they'll be like, I want you to give a heartwarming speech and say, you touch my casket and say that you loved that one night we had and then walk away. And then here's $5,000 and you're locked into this funeral commitment.
Are you gonna have to send me details because I'm in?
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, and then it's professional mourners, I think is what it's called.
Oh, I'll mourn everything. I can mourn everything.
You just have to wear a black dress and stand with your head down around a cemetery and go, oh my God, he was such a good man.
I can do that. I've done that to exes that were terrible. I can do that to a random.
What's even crazier is there's not just a market to pay people to do that at your funeral, but there are families who don't want to go, but also don't want to look bad. So they hire people to go in their place so that the person looks like they had a good funeral and were loved, but it's like a surrogate. It's like here, so it's not embarrassing. Or like if they have a kid who nobody liked, like they're an adult, or I guess, a brother-in-law, someone that nobody liked, but like you don't want to be embarrassed, you can hire people to go stand there and like mourn him or her.
Yeah, no, I'm totally in.
Yeah.
I need to do this.
Yeah, look, Calamity wants to pre-hire people to say wild shit. Yeah, you can do that. You can hire flash mobs to dance.
Bullshit, listen.
You just look it up. Look up professional mourner.
So easily.
Hire me to mourn. Some people put it on care.com. People put it on Craigslist, on Nextdoor, on Facebook Marketplace. They put ads.
The things
They're
that
like,
you know, that you teach me, it's insane.
Dude, I've found so many weird jobs. You know that there's a job. Okay. There's one girl who makes a fuckload of money, and I was talking to her at this year's Skankfest, and I talked to her a little bit about it at last year's Skankfest. She used to be not a pathologist, but like with an ME. Like she would basically assist on autopsies. But she's worked in sex work. She's done so many different jobs, like crazy shit. And she's a very funny comic, and we were talking about ways that you can make money. Like there's OnlyFans, but there's also like OnlyFans for just feet. So you never show anything else, just your feet, and people pay you to like squish things.
Made me some money.
Huh?
These feet have made me some money in my time.
Yeah, you could, but like you can just put a couple of pictures up, set a price, and just sit and wait. And then people will be like, I want you to squish grapes with your toes, or I want you to like clip your toenails. You never show your face. They don't know your name. Done. And she was talking about, fuck yeah, I might get into that. And I was just like fascinating. And we started looking at stuff.
Why not?
Dude, I've talked about it before. There is this wild one where it's these vending machines in Japan, and you just mail them your chones, and they pay you a base rate for your undies, and then they put them in the vending machine for a lot of money with like a fake photo of an AI chick.
Like, I will also do that.
Yeah.
In nursing school, though, I made so much money with me and my friends. He wanted like a group of nurses or a group of cheerleaders, group of softball players, like different groups to go stomp on him in heels and break
Mhm.
things that like mattered to him.
Yep.
And that was good money.
There's ball smashers. There's chicks who just like
he
kick
loves
you
that.
in the dick and make money.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh no, kids! The moon is in. Is it in Gatorade again?
I knew it was in Gatorade. I had a feeling.
It's in fucking Gatorade. Here's the thing: you're gonna get a kidney,
Gatorade.
and then after that, we'll just get you back to. We'll get you. We'll do only feet.
After that, me and Auntie are gonna move to Texas.
Oh, don't do it! I'll move up there, dude. Texas is the worst.
You want to
It's so
live in
hot.
Massachusetts? You don't.
Yes, dude. Yes, it's like a finger going, "Come here, bitch." I like the accents, and I loved Provincetown, and I like all the
Provincetown is great.
everything's really close. Like I didn't realize how quick you can get to other states.
Yeah, you were saying that. Like, we have so many border states. Like, for us
Yeah,
to get
no,
to Connecticut,
Texas
it's like
is horrible.
maybe 30 minutes tops. For us to get to Rhode Island, 30 and change. For us to get to, I don't know, shit's close. New
Takes me
Hampshire,
2
Vermont.
hours. 2 hours to get to my
Close.
hometown. It's fucking long ways. 6 hours to get to my old school.
Ah.
It's fucking nuts. Yeah. Like you could drive for fucking 10 to 13 hours and still not be out of Texas, dude.
Oh, yeah. And you're also like landlocked, which kind of
And it's hot and it's full of people like Greg Abbott. So look, this is an example of the vending machine thing. Here's another thing. They have pussy pops. You take a lollipop and you stick it in and then you wrap it and send it back to them.
That sounds very UTI though.
Yep. You get to stick them in your ickum, but they pay a lot of money for those. It's a Japanese vending machine thing. Yep. We're trying to sell our movie here. I don't want to. It's too hot here. It's too hot here. And we don't have good kidney hospitals. We don't have good any hospitals. Do you know we had that guy who was killing people instead of fixing their back, doing their back surgeries?
Oh, yeah. I did watch a thing about that.
Yeah, that guy was a psycho. And then there was another guy who was just giving people AIDS back in the day. He gave like 40 women AIDS. Like, this is a place where you can't, the medical system here sucks. It's really bad. It's very bad for women. It's also so cold that the power grid gives out in the winter and so hot.
Come on up here.
It's fucking
Or we'll
terrible.
just pick a whole different place altogether.
It fucking sucks, dude. Okay, Houston is the only place with good hospitals, but also, what about insurance?
Oh, my cousin lives in Houston. I think we've talked about that.
Yeah. Oh, and he works at the comedy club. I want to go back and do. Yeah, but what about, okay, Houston does have good, y'all have rice, y'all have all that shit. You have a fucking that really badass cancer one, but you gotta have insurance though. But you gotta have insurance anywhere in the US. So I guess, yeah. I mean, but Houston's like,
oh, I have to have 2 insurances at all times in case I get a transplant.
Houston's so fucking muggy. It's oppressive. You can't breathe most of the year. It's moldy. It's just it's so humid. It's the most humid place I've ever been. It's
breathing's
Houston, It's a lot. It's a lot. The air is thicker than a snicker, dude. It's big time hard to breathe. It's very hard to breathe. Oh, hip. We will be a country again soon. Okay. Republic of Texas? God, I hope not.
Go Texas. Go Texas and your guns and your hats and your boots.
It's so stupid. Just give us to someone. Just give us away to the French. Austin isn't muggy. Austin's kind of muggy. It gets oppressive. We have a lot of lagoons and a lot of like
you have
lakes.
A lot of lagoons. I don't think I've ever seen like an actual lagoon up close.
We got a Jacob's Well near here. Civil war is imminent. Okay, Martian is having a good night. Everybody's having a good night. We're talking about war happening.
Listen, shit's falling apart. The Port Authority's striking. It's going to cost us $100 for toilet paper.
Yep.
The country's just having a time, you know?
But you're getting a kidney. Everything else is going to shit, but you're getting a kidney.
Yeah, like, so let's hope this tissue testing with this woman goes well, and like, that'd be super cool.
Hey, grab a tissue because this bitch has an issue. We need to get her a kidney. I'm going to talk to Hugin about this. We're going to see if we can do a special Hugin blessing for you. I'm going to feed him some fish skin. We're going to smell his fart, and it's going to tell us whether or not you're going to live. He loves fish skin.
I've never fed my dog fish skin. Maybe I should.
He loves it's a dehydrated salmon skin. It's his favorite.
Oh, interesting.
It's a treatable lifetime.
But see, my dog will eat like grubs out of the ground, so like I'm sure like that wouldn't be a problem.
Look, Michael Narcissian has no idea what's going on, but is so happy that I'm back. I'm happy too. And look at Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank.
I'm happy she's back. You were having such a, I know you had a good time, but I feel like you also had an anxiety-ridden, flustered time as well, and like a lot of shit was happening.
It was like when it's like when you're like at a fair, you know, or like a public, like a carnival, something fun. There's lights, the rodeo, a concert, like everything. This is great.
There's things, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you look down and there's a giant spider biting your leg. And then you just pass out. Like it's like that. It's like you're having a great time 1 second, and the next second you're in butthole puckering fear. That's what
when you were showing me all like the people that would like slap your ass, I'd be like, oh, I'd be in a fist fight if somebody touched any part of my body.
Listen, Dylan going through Fremont Street, you would think that a man getting whipped in the ass by a wicked whore like your Aunt Deb, half naked with the tits out, would thrill a guy. You'd think it would thrill him. But when you're at work and you're trying to get from point A to point B and it's 103 degrees and everything smells like piss and Coca-Cola, it was weird. Yeah, it was piss, Coca-Cola, acetone. Smelled a lot of acetone and broccoli. It was eminent, all going through at once. At one point, there was a minty smell. It just constantly was changing. Late at night, there was a beer smell. There was a vape smell. It was a lot. Marijuana imminent throughout the whole thing. Cigarettes, so strong. Made me almost
That's too many.
down.
Too many of the senses
Too many
being
smells.
overwhelmed.
It's like if someone took a beautiful Thanksgiving dinner smell and then took a shit on it. You're getting back and forth smells. You're getting every spectrum of your senses covered. You're angry, you're happy. You're disgusted, you're thrilled. Like it's both ends of everything happening at once. It's a sensory overload. It's
I did throw up like an hour ago. I could do it again. I feel like I'm never gonna go to Vegas. Like I just
don't. You think from far away it looks beautiful. You get close, it's disgusting. There's piss, there's vomit, there's bubblegum stuck to things. Everything's very dirty. Even the big ball sphere thing looks great from far away. Up close, the LED's dingy. Like already, it's just. I never understood season 2 of True Detective until I went to Vegas, and then it's like, oh, I get it.
I didn't like season 2.
Yeah, because it's Vegas. It's all Vegas. It's gambly. It's infrastructure constantly happening around you. And one thing is, it was in a second you win a little, it feels like you won the world, because like $30, I saw people going fucking yes, like they just got a yacht, right? And then I see them lose 1,000 and go, I'm gonna go to the room and fucking kill myself, and then I'm gonna fucking leave a message for the kids. And it's like, oh fuck, dude. It was like the crypto thing.
You know?
And all those nerds when it crashed and they went ape shit on their Twitters. It was like that.
Yeah, they sure did.
But it's constantly happening around you while people have bags on their head and they're singing happy birthday. Like it's just constant.
One of the times you called when we FaceTimed, you were like showing me the strip and everything. I was like watching a movie with my mom, so I was like showing her the strip. while you were showing me. And she's like, oh, I've been there. I did the zip lining. I loved it. And in my head, I'm like, how did I come out of you? Because never in a million years would that be me.
No, and the people puke.
I'm such an introvert. I would never.
Yeah, they puke. They puke onto the street below, and when there's like multiple people walking. Yeah, it's horribly designed. It's also like you've got all these visuals going around, and it's a constant 80s rock, like cover bands and dancing DJs, which are girls dressed like Aunt Debs, and they've got ribbons on a stick, and they're doing a big flag ribbon show thing.
Speaking of
DJ
puking,
music is playing.
I'm going to hop off, but be in the
Okay.
chats because I'm going to go puke my brains out.
Yeah, sorry I had to tell you about Vegas, but
You know, I would have puked either way. But I'll be in the chats. Love you, Dad.
okay. Love you to death. You're going to be great. You're going to get that kidney.
Let's hope so.
Say goodbye, Uncle Frank, everybody.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you in the chats.
Okay. All right. Uncle Frank's going to get that kidney. I'm super stoked. The Hugin blesses all of you. We had a little tiff with the kids earlier. Everybody's gone to their rooms to think about it. Becky and Darlene are in their respective rooms. I have no idea what's going on. I think I have some idea. I kind of figured it out. I read between the lines. Got maybe some context. I could be completely wrong. I don't fucking know. All I know is if Rabbit goes to jail, we will send commissary. If Miss Shorty goes to jail, we will send commissary. That is all. Now, let's move on. Uncle Frank is getting a kidney, maybe. We have to send kidney vibes to Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank didn't do anything on purpose to lose a kidney. It's not like, oh, where'd my kidney go? It just gave out. Like when you purchase a Honda and for some reason it breaks down, even though they seem indestructible. Shit happens. Good night, Uncle Frank, says Daisy. Live love. Daisy, is your husband okay? Is he going to divorce you? Are you okay? I was thinking about what you were saying earlier, and I was like, God damn it. Every single time I'm live, if Daisy's live, she's so stressed about her husband. He has to put up with a lot of shit with the busting out laughing. Girl, I love that. I love that. I'm going to make an eyebrows joke in a minute if you're not fucking careful. You better be under your account, too. Oh, God. Dad's boyfriend's back. Hey, Aunt Deb was pegger checking you. Called you, said it was a 5-pound hog. The kids are thirst trapping their stepfather. Very proud of him, even though he had a bag on his head and he was bleeding visibly. Is that your first? How many of these ice cream cookies are you gonna fucking pull the chocolate off one and save me a little of the inside of one that doesn't have chocolate? Fuck. He's such a shit. I will get revenge. My kidneys have stones in them every couple of months. She doesn't want one of yours. Better not. Stones that hurts, right? Coming out of your hootie hole. If Uncle Frank needs a kidney, I'm willing to donate. Send her my email. Okay, Miss TJ, I'm starring that. Miss TJ, are you for real with your little bird? Look at the beautiful bird. Miss TJ wrote a book, by the way. How's that? How did people go to your site and get your book? I'm going to have to get it. I was planning on ordering one when I got back from Vegas. I'm back now. Gonna get one for my niece and nephew. Get out of here. Quit showing your hog. No, that's not. He packed it. Get out of here. It's a true crime channel. It's a crime that you're doing that. He saw you and Aunt Deb and understands now why I laugh uncontrollably. Oh, good. We'll tell him, welcome to the cult, you son of a bitch. You now worship a dog. Look, Uncle Frank's back. Perfect. We're going to watch some news. Uncle Frank, look, Miss TJ's totally for real. My brother is a transplant recipient. I believe Miss TJ is the one who has a typo negative, right? Blood type. I'm starring this, Uncle Frank. She said, look, if Uncle Frank needs a kidney, I'm willing to donate. Send her my email. I do believe when we first talked to you, Uncle Frank, Miss TJ, correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe you did say you were typo negative in a chat. So we definitely want to get your email to Uncle Frank. If you send it to me, I will absolutely send it. Yes, you're an O negative. Miss TJ, you're A positive. Okay, then I don't think you can donate it. You right? Or can you? What is A positive? Or are you saying you're a positive? I'm so confused. Daisy's living, laughing, loving. Welcome back, Uncle. Don't you show that hog. He's trying to come over here and show that hog. You get that hog out of here. How's he doing? Who? Dade's boyfriend? Who? The hog? We'll just start calling him the hog. Uncle Frank is O negative. I spent my entire career worshiping a dog, and it's the best. Good, Galen. Actually, Galen, we need to get that together. We need to talk to you about cadaver dogging. I have yet to actually see one. No peeing in a strainer for me. The nausea sucks balls. Uh-oh, see what? What do you say? The size of an egg. Oh, you're talking about the stones? You haven't seen them? My friend's dad saved his. They are not cool. They're pretty big. Hey, stop that. Hey, Frank says, I appreciate the thought. Look, Tish is O negative. Hey, quit it with that. He's being a distraction. Old hog being a distraction. Yep. Tish is O negative. Tish, you want to give Uncle Frank a kidney? Hog. Hi, Tiff. No, stop that. He hit his head pretty hard last week. He hit it pretty hard. He's definitely concussed. Yep. He hit his head pretty hard. He fell on the back of his neck. He heard a snap, and now he does that. Now he does things like that. And we just accept it. Yep, a cheerleader. Oh, God. Was that a burp? That's enough. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go fucking crazy. He is concussed. This is what happens. This is what happens when you fuck around. You find out he got a head injury, and now he's putting his arms up. He's living his best head injury life. Absolutely. He's just being a human corkscrew now in the corner. He thinks this is very funny. He likes to do this. I'm infuriated.
Well, I think it's sassy on corkscrew.
I'm having to suppress everything in my genetics that's telling me to throw knives.
What?
He loves doing shit like this. He likes to take the little guy and he likes to do this over and over and then do dances in front of me. And then he put fake blood out. Now he's doing is that a Shaka Khan? You doing the Shaka Khan? You doing the mermaid? Does he love me? I want to know. He does the share. He's very good at it. He is living his best head injury life. Ever since he got hit on the head, he's been an adventurer. He's been picking up objects around the house and repurposing them. What used to be a wine opener is now a tiny little guy that expresses emotions. We should all be as happy as Dad's boyfriend. Exactly. Fell down the stairs 5 times and off horses too many times. You must be thrilled, Martian. You must be living your best life. I've been thinking, yeah, but I need to run it past the husband. Okay. Run it past the husband. If you want to give your Uncle Frank a kidney, run it past the hubby. Maybe we can have a backup. We'll start a red carpet. We'll start a line. Who wants to give Frank a kidney? Yep, the Macarena. He would happily do the Macarena if given the opportunity. Hey, Tiff. Funny seeing you here. Tiff. Hey, funny to see you in the chat. We all met in. You rock, Galen. Galen does rock. Galen shows dogs. I worry for you. I worry for Martian too. Listen, me, Martian, Calamity, how many concussions have you had? I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat from Texas has had more than 5. If I keel over quickly and unscathed, Frank gets her choice. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure if it's here, it's canon. Frank, you got a kidney if something happens to Tish. Don't take that as a challenge. Last concussion was in high school, you lucky son of a bitch. I'm sorry, I lashed out. It's been an emotional trip. What, life? Odinestron is my friend. I'll take the pain over. I don't know what you kids are saying. I'm an A+ kidney stoner too. I'm sure, says Erica. Hiya. Can you take me higher? Dee-dee-dee-dee. Maybe I hit my head too. No, leave that open. You gonna put the bag on your head again? What are you gonna do? He's gonna yawn. He's going to bed. He's going to bed. He had a good night, you guys. Tiff Knox says on Dan set Ron. Okay. Just be safe, but if something happens, say you want to be a direct donor, your Uncle Frank. There you go. We're making it happen. All right, let's get to the point. Off an e-bike? Dude, one thing good about Vegas, I only saw one person on a scooter in the whole city. Thank Christ. We were talking about it, me and Dad's boyfriend. We were like, could you imagine if they had the scooters that Austin has? It is a nightmare here. I think I told you guys about the clams, right? How there's these zebra clams that fucked up our water supply. And they happen to love the metal on the scooters that people threw into the lake. And they collected in a big pile. And the e-scooters exploded. And the ones that didn't explode, these zebra clams fucked on. And then they made more little baby zebra clams. And they fucked and they fucked themselves, or however clams do it. Before you know it, all these clams are fucking. And after this clam fuck fest, like it's a fucking YouPorn commercial, these clams are just, now there's millions and they're in the fucking water and they be fucking. And our water be stinking. It was bad. We had to filter it for a long time. All because people have been tossing them in the lakes. And this has been happening since they came here. The clams of glory. Yep. A glory clam hole. Yep. That happened. It happened here. And it's really crazy because you would think that this wouldn't be an issue, but it's still an issue. People are still chunking these things anywhere. People piss on them. The dogs piss on them. Who cares? It's an economy and it's destroying everyone, and people bust ass, dude. They bust at, they go like 20, 30 miles an hour and they just fucking eat it. And I've seen people where it's like, are you dead? It's scary. And people don't know how to ride them and they're wasted. And they put them in a bar district. And that would be the worst thing for Vegas. And I hope they never get them. My God, Galen has been treating dog paws in North Carolina. Oh, no. Oh, no, because of the hurricanes. What's going on with their paws? Are they getting all wrinkly from being in the water? Are they all cut up? What's going on with their paws, these poor doggies? If you have, Galen, if you have like an organization that's raising money for any of those doggos or for the people in North Carolina that you can send me a link to, if you get a chance, if you don't mind, I will post it below this video and below future videos. That is so sad. Just any links for anything. I don't, whatever, well, not anything, you know what I mean? But like GoFundMe's and shit for the people there, or for the doggos, or for this organization you're helping, or whoever you're working for, send me a link in the email. Yeah, this is wild, dude. I didn't even think about the dog paws that were harmed. We don't think about these things. Like, people don't realize also, like, after a major flood, there's almost always a really good chance of all the surrounding counties, even the whole state, getting really sick. Because, for example, when Hurricane Harvey happened, there was like a lot of mold and a lot of toxins. Shit leaked into the water supply, the atmosphere. All the wind that blows and kicks around, it travels. You know what I mean? Spores, cross-pollination. People end up getting really fucking sick, and new strains of flu come about every fucking flood season. So people don't really think about the way these floods can impact shit like that, let alone, like, of course, the electricity. God damn. Yeah, anything you got, send it to me. Just got on an e-trike like an old lady, no coordination or balance, too timid to ride it in my city so far. Just be fucking careful, dude. Just be careful, especially if your city has like a big drinking district. Yep, you know, I'm a veterinarian, so their paws get torn up and other small injuries. Oh no. If there's anything we can donate, if it's like paw pads, I don't know, any sort of like medication, if there's, yeah, Giardia, if there's something that's like raising money to like help with that, send me a link. Gosh, I heard they're not rescuing people and individuals with helicopters trying to help or threatened with arrest. What the cornbread hell is going on here? Yeah, I saw something about that too. How like this guy was told to cease his rescue operations or face subpoena or something, or like going to court, arrest, whatever. Like, what, dude? That's crazy. That's really crazy. I am curious actually. Let's see if I can find. Where's the arrest one? Because I'm very curious about this now. I want to see. This is crazy, dude. Wow. Let's see what happened, I guess. Because I've only seen a little bit. This is really intense. Giardia has been the worst issue. Horses trapped in flooded stalls. So fucking upsetting. Saw them being rescued, but damn it, yeah. Limb wrapped in ace bandage either. Told me I was safer in the back of a horse than my own 2 feet. Dude, same. I was always breaking things. Then we had that African Sahara dust right after the Harvey. Yep. And then everybody got like bird flu or some shit. That was horrible. If he has his own helicopter and wants to help, let him. I know. My beagle got Giardia. And you know what's also crazy is there's some organizations where like they won't let you donate to raise money for like a reward for a missing person. Like the departments will like not let you do that, or the city. And then there's some places where you can. Like, it's strange. There's like a lot of different weird rules about donating time, effort, money, rescuing efforts, shit like that. And I just don't get it when there's a time of crisis. If someone's offering to help, let them fucking help. Yeah, criminal arrest is fucking crazy. That's so gross. And did you see the guy who rescued the woman, the news guy? He rescued her on the news or something. You're so sweet, Caitlin. You're so sweet. If there's anything, though, that you hear of that needs help or donations, please let us know, dude. Please let us know. I will put it on my channel every day until they're good. Those poor fucking dogs. Yeah, the horses will get thrush on their feet. Oh, shit, Claudia. You have to go to court today. Please pray for mercy. I'm dealing with second batch shingles. And you got an eviction notice? Fuck, Claudia. Dude, Hugin's blessings upon you. I'm sending you the best of luck, dude. First of all, shingles is a fucking nightmare. Tell the fucking judge you have shingles and beg for mercy, because I'm sure they will understand. I mean, just simple, like, I have fucking shingles is like, okay, well, take another week, you know, something like, I mean, fuck, dude. That is bad. I do wish the best for you, but yeah, that is horrible, dude. That, I mean, fuck. I'd be calamine lotioned up, but that really does nothing for shingles, does it? Because don't you feel it on the inside like devil's itch or whatever? Is that what they call it? Thank you so much, Caitlin. Yeah, we're gonna spread you good juju, good vibes. Yeah, shingles is the worst, dude. It's under your tit. Fuck that, dude. You gotta put like a cloth or something under there just to you're immune compromised. Fuck, dude. Usually torso. Do you have any aloe vera around? I mean, I know that's silly because shingles are horrible. They're fucking terrible, dude. It's like a 3rd degree fucking sunburn with the devil's itch. Everything. It's psoriasis, it's eczema, it's all of it at once. And there's people with this shit called what is it, Huntington's or something, or Hutchinson. It's starts with Hodgkinson's. I don't know. It starts with an H, and they get like pustules with that. So it's like shingles, but with big pustules. And it's just like getting boils all the time. And they usually get it in their sweat glands. And they go on the pimple popping forums that your dad loves. And I just feel so bad for those people. God, it's the worst looking. But shingles is like, that's like it. It really is like a constant psoriasis flare up. Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, Benadryl, calamine, and oatmeal. Yeah, calamine is the best. Yeah, share the hell out of any fundraiser. We'll figure something out. We'll find one. I'm using a sock. Okay, that's actually a really good idea. Okay. A sock with some fucking rice. If it can soak up humidity, it can soak up tit sweat. Right? Under tit humidity, which is, by the way, how I would describe Houston, if we're being honest. It's like living under a tit. Yeah, it's like in the nerves. It's inside. Fuck, dude. Yeah. You gotta, God. Yeah, do some rice in there. Do a little rice in a sock. Soak that shit up. Then put aloe on it, dude, when it's dry. With lidocaine lotion. Yes, lidocaine, aloe. Does antiviral like acyclovir work for shingles like with chicken pox? I'm immune suppressed and they gave it to me. Best wishes. Oh, interesting. Could work. Could work. I don't know. I'm not a nurse, but could work. Dude, I'm grateful for you sharing that with us. I had no idea you could get shingles under the tit, and now I have a whole new fear unlocked. But if it happens, now I'll know that it's possible and I will get treated. Fuck, dude. Yeah, you got to do like I would do a sock full of rice. Starts with a V. Is there like a Vas or a Vicyclovir or some shit like that? Humidity today. Cornstarch helps too. Okay, cornstarch under the titty. It'll soak that shit up, right? Get your shots, people. Family sharing suggestions. Yes, absolutely. And with court, just do what any lawyer would say. Keep your mouth shut. I mean, cry if you can. Be apologetic. Be honest. I'm trying my best. I got shingles under my tit, Judge. I'm so sorry. You know, whatever you got to say. Or just say nothing. Just do what the lawyer says. You're going to be okay. Yeah, I would wait until your tit shingle goes away before you get a mammogram. Because hospitals are pretty disgusting. You don't want to be touching your shingles to things. You know what I mean? Mississippi is the crotch of the country. Hot, humid, and sweaty. True. It's a sweaty crotch. Blankets. My mom and I usually bring lots of blankets and sheets to animal shelters. I don't know if that helps. Yeah, and also you know what's interesting? Socks with rice is also what they ask for at the animal shelters when it's freezing because they can microwave them and the puppies can use them as little warming like pillows. You have pictures? Oh shit, Claudia, don't send me pictures of that. Shingles, that spooks me. Vyvanse? No, that's different. Blankets, linens. I have residual nerve damage from shingles. It's horrible. Yeah, I have nerve damage from getting stabbed, and it's fucking. If they do grow back, it itches so fucking bad. It's so uncomfortable. And shingles, they're just constantly trying to regrow, but they're not. So it's just like little prickly, tingly irritation. There you go. Uncle Frank can help you. Uncle Frank is a nurse. She's a transplant nurse. Your skin tears with mammograms. Yeah, you got to be careful. They press on those titties. They press them like a Chili's waiter fucking smashing a tortilla. It's fucking disturbing. I'm at work now, but shh, it's calm. We don't say the Q word in the ER, and I stand power and lidocaine. Uh-oh. Uncle Frank, I went to the doctor. Never say the Q word. What's the Q word? What's the Q word? Question? Queen? It's the ADD, man. I have pictures to share with the judge. Okay, get those pics. Get those pics. Get the crash cart. What is Q? QU? Q? Don't say the word Q. The medicine doesn't like my tummy. Oh no. Quiet. Oh, that word. Okay. Why don't we say it? Why can't you say quiet? Because it gets loud. My friend had shingles and she was on something starting with a V. I'm terrible at names. Oh, is it? Wait. Hold on. It's bugging me because I think I know. Is it Valtrex? Right? I remember those commercials. Valtrex, right? Don't they give that to shingles people? Valacyclovir? I don't know which one you're saying yes at. Is it Valtrex or Valacyclovir? I know that doxycycline fucks my stomach up. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was Valacyclovir and it did fuck your stomach up. Yeah. But Valtrex is used for other stuff too. Like I think it's used for shingles and it's used for I don't remember what the other thing is called. A couple of different things. I pulled it up a minute ago, but it didn't even pop up. Cyclovir popped up, which I think is oh yeah, that's the same thing. It's the same thing. Valacyclovir is Valtrex. Yeah. And acyclovir is Zover I don't fucking know. And pharmacyclovir. Famicyclovir. Oh, it's like FAMS. That's fun. It's an antiviral medication. Yeah, it's specifically for it's a cortical wait. Reduces a corticosteroid. Yeah. They used to give me a corticosteroid for my what do you call it? Psoriasis, gabapentin. Oh yeah, that is Uncle Frank's drag name, Gabby Penton. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Okay. We figured it out. It's all the same. I didn't get notifications. It's okay. You're here. Herpes and AIDS. Herpes and AIDS. That's my drag name. Herpes and AIDS. Herpes and AIDS. Herpesa and AIDS. There you go. Herpes and AIDS. That's it. STIs. Yeah, that's the other thing. Infections. I have a second. Velociraptor would darn sure make you forget shingles. Yes, if you look at Velociraptor, you definitely forget any shingles. Herpes and shingles are nearly identical viruses. The weird things you learn being immune suppressed. Oh, wow. We are learning a lot from this, Claudia. I think you're going to be okay. We got a bunch of nurses in the chat. Seems like you have some options. Here's what we're going to do. This hurricane footage is devastating. I do have a lot of stuff that I saved for you that I put aside of Vegas news that I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to show it to you. I told you guys the talk of the town while I was there was exploding. Hold on, let me move this down. Exploding the Tropicana, right? Like how they just really want to blow up this fucking building. They're very stoked about it. They get into the science of it. The whole time I was there, anytime the news was on, it was like, we're going to blow up the Tropicana. Here's everything you need to know. No, we're not selling tickets. We wish we could. It was fascinating. Like they really fucking love explosions. I was very surprised. Out of all the news I've seen in different states, never have I seen the weird sort of vibe between the news anchors in Fox Las Vegas, which we will go over. There was something weird going on there. They even mentioned that they had a weird inside joke, and it looked very uncomfortable. It was very Veronica Corningstone and Ron Burgundy of them. But also, it was very fascinating how many of them, every news station just constantly reporting X amount of days until we blow up the Tropicana. We're going to blow up the Tropicana. Okay, we had to move when we're going to blow up the Tropicana. Can't wait for the explosion. I mean, it's like, it's their rodeo. It's their WrestleMania. Like in Vegas, blowing up a fucking building is a big deal and everybody gets real stoked on it. So I went through and I tried to find every single news report that I could about it so that I could show you guys how into this shit they are. Like they are really, really into blowing up this fucking building. And it's fascinating. And it kind of made me laugh. And I think it's good to have news that you can laugh at, but also like there's a lot of disturbing shit going on in Vegas. There was a serial killer who was caught. There was a guy who was a professional assassin who killed 4 people and then got pulled over for a busted taillight and accidentally caught. There was like a stabbing on the strip. There was that guy sucking off that statue. There's like all kinds of crime going on in Vegas that people could be focused on. There was a serial burglar who like burgled like 140 houses at once. There is a house that keeps getting haunted by aliens to a point where like professional scientists have gotten involved. News Nation, Banfield got her bitch ass in there. I mean, this was like a year ago and they're still reporting on it. And then someone erected like a 40-something foot statue of naked Trump with his little dingle pecker out right on the outskirts of the city, like a giant naked statue of Trump. The week we were there. And the news reported the most on the naked Trump statue and blowing up the Tropicana. That's what they focused on the most. So we're going to watch some of that. It's very Vegas of it. It's very Vegas of it. I pulled my favorite Vegas stories for you guys. I'm going to delete a couple that we don't need to see. There's also been a lot of teenagers being murdered over vape pens there, which is kind of weird. I don't know why. Hold on, let me pause it. But it's a disturbing thing. And once this one court case wraps up completely and the appeal is done, I would like to talk about one that happened a year ago while we were there. But for now, we're just going to watch some of the wildest Vegas news that I saw while I was there that I thought, I wish the kids were here watching this with me. They would find it hilarious. And some of it is just wild. Let me just move this around a little bit. There we go. All right. Here's the first one. Nope, that's not the right story. Let me pause this.
A portrayal of the former.
All right. This is what I saw on the news in Vegas. It is the best. Vegas is fucking crazy. Wait, what's happening? Share screen. Here we go. Here we are.
President starting a political conversation off I-15 north of Las Vegas. It's a giant nude marionette of Trump. As Ambar Rodriguez learned who put it there.
Oops, sorry about that.
Why.
Marie, it has been car after car with people trying to get a look of the art installation of former President Trump themselves. Well, News 3 was contacted by a spokesperson for the artist who wants to remain anonymous, but did share some insight. Now, they tell us that the piece is titled Crooked and Obscene. It is 43 feet tall, 10 feet wide marionette, weighs 6,000 pounds. It is made out of foam over rebar. The artist spokesperson tells me the purpose is to ignite conversations, and it sure has already, with the images of the marionette going viral.
When I was pulling out, I looked over and I saw something hanging, and it looked like Donald Trump. So I had to come over and get closer to see what it was, and it is Donald Trump.
I love how this guy shows up, right? He's driving by. He's got his lime green Slurpee brand glasses. I don't know what kind of sunglasses those were, but they were hip. Okay. He pulls up. He says, That looks like a giant naked man being hung. I want to go check this shit out. That's the most Vegas thing I've ever seen.
Know the Trump hair, you can tell that's what they were trying to do. So good job, whoever did it. Good job.
Of course, it's a statement, but there's no text saying something about
Okay,
Trump.
we've got a European here, clearly, who is going to take this art situation quite literally. I don't know if anybody else can tell by my tone, but it is hilarious. They can call it art. I see it as satire. I absolutely think this was a big gotcha, fuck you, and it's very funny. It's very funny. What's even funnier is to see a European dude pick it apart as if it were fine art when it is in the yard of some guy off the side of the highway. And again, right before this newscast, excuse me, I'm having a lot of feelings right now. The emotions I feel from this newscast. First of all, we can see, like, whoever shot this, perfect, because he's getting this guy, this emo guy, who's trying to be hardcore. He's a hardcore death metal emo. He's brought his photographer. It looks like she has a balancing stick, meaning he's probably TikToking right now. All right. So we got some TikTokers, some influencers posing. He's getting hair behind the ears. He's wearing his trendy watch. He's got his tag hewer, whatever you call it. Any shit that is advertised in the airport, I don't trust. Okay. That's too rich. It's rich people shit. All right. Uncle Frank, you're not doing too hot? Uncle Frank, you go get your sleep. We love you. We're praying for you. Get your water. Have your sippies. And get some sleep. Okay? Don't exhaust yourself too much. We love you. We love you to death. And of course, we love you, Claudia. We know you're going to be okay. Everybody's going to be okay. The moon's in Gatorade right now, but I'll fucking smash it. Okay? We love you to death. Tiff Knox loves you to death. Reno 911 is no longer fiction. Absolutely. Hide your kids, hide your wives. They have naked Trump art. Yes, they do. Vegas is a whole vibe. It is a whole vibe. Valerie has many emotions too. I would have crashed my car laughing if I drove by. Me too. It is creepy. No to naked Trump. It's creepy. It's funny. It's everything. Saw something hanging. This guy's like, okay, so first we have emo TikTok guy.
It sure
right?
has already, with the images of the marionette going viral.
Mm-hmm.
When I was pulling out, I looked over and I saw something hanging, and it looked like Donald Trump. So
He's thrilled. He said, I saw something hanging, so I had to come by. This guy thinks he's in the South, and he thinks he saw something else, and he was still going to come by. Let's be honest with ourselves.
come over and get closer to see what it was, and it is Donald Trump. If you know the Trump hair, you
I saw a naked man hanging, and he was fat, and he was in the distance. He was hanging, and I had to get closer because I'm like, what the Sam hell is going on over here? Is this a party? This is exactly how everyone in my hometown is like. We just saw blood and guts all over the place. We walked up. We said, hey, what happened here? Like, I come from a hometown where people will wander up to a crime scene and they'll be like, well, by God, can I help? Do you need a towel? Is there anything I can help you with? I saw something. You guys got a mess going on up here. Can I be of service? You need to borrow my tractor?
You can tell that's what they were trying to do. So good.
You guys trying to make art up here on the side of the road? You need to borrow my fencing tractor? You need to borrow my cherry picker?
Job. Whoever did it, good job.
Of course, it's a statement,
Good job.
but there's no text saying something about Trump or, of course, it's a bit weird maybe that he's nude, but it's also interesting to see. I mean, it's a...
Oh, calm down, old Euro boy. You're the ones who said nudity ain't weird. Now you're coming over here telling us it's weird. You need to calm down right there.
way of, portraying him, I guess. But I think it's an interesting piece of art.
Is it a political statement or I don't know what it is. But
It's a fucking pinata, dude. They're all gonna beat it, and candy's gonna come out later. What's the obviously, dude? Come on,
hey, Vegas.
dude. It takes no sides. It's art, Days Craze. It's how you interpret it. It's how you interpret it.
Anything will happen in Vegas.
And the
Anything.
marionette won't be here too long. It's actually slated to come down tomorrow.
You need to
and
borrow.
it's-
You need to borrow some of my shovels. It's pro-against. You know what I mean? It's art. It's what you make of it. It's like someone takes a shit in the toilet and they go, "Don't flush it." It's art. It doesn't matter. It's art. It's what you make of it. You think that penis is little, or you think that penis is big? It all depends. To some people, it's fine. No, it is objectively weird, but it is art. That is what they are saying. So there's no political statement to be made except look at this big fat fuck piece of shit. We don't like him. I think we don't like him. You'd give him a bigger dick if you liked him. It's a biased piece of artwork. It's an expose. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the candy's gonna come out of his asshole like that pig in that game that took all my paycheck. You guys, I got to where it was just my paycheck. And I just kept going. I lost half of it. Half of what I did for work down the tubes. I can never be around pigs again. Especially if one shits a coin. If a gold coin comes out of a pig, I'm going to cry. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to hand over the deeds. I'm going to hand over the dossiers. I'm going to hand over my car note. I'm going to just hand it all over and I'm going to say, just take everything. Take everything. Leave me with the Hugin. Leave me with the Hugin. Never fucking go to Vegas. It's really bad. You think you're winning and you're not.
It's going to hit the road now. The spokesperson tells me that it is headed through the key swing states ahead of our presidential election. Reporting from North Las Vegas, Amber Rodriguez. Back to you in the studio.
A well-known rapper testifying in his own defense Wednesday. A hotel employee is suing Quantavious Marshall, better known as Quavo, for injuries after a fight at the Wynn in April of 2018. Now, he's now
it's an old one that got tossed in there. Here's some more perspectives on naked Trump.
Clark County issued a statement about the statue of former President Donald Trump that was built in the desert. Someone built this near I-15 and the Speedway. We still don't know who, though. The county statement says that this was built on private property.
You think it's a Banksy? What if it's Banksy? YouTube user, do you think it's a Banksy? Did Banksy come here to put a big naked Trump outside of Vegas? We did not see it on the plane. I didn't look for it. I highly regret that. I wish I would have looked for it. I got kicked in the teeth a few times, so I avoid peopling. Hey, got to do what you got to do. Obviously, huh? Exactly. Looks like there is no peen. No peen in the world. It's definitely a Banksy. I think it's Banksy. I'm fascinated by this.
Property, and county officials did not give a permit for it. The statement goes on to say that property owners took the statue down soon after Commissioner Marilyn Kirkpatrick contacted them with that request.
Our 8 News Now investigates.
Okay, before we move on to more cool Vegas news, I will say that Trump statue, it does not look like it has a penis at all. I didn't see a penis at all. Like it really doesn't. And I have to say they were pretty obsessed with the Tropicana explosion. I'm going to actually skip down to that because that was probably the funniest thing. Like I was so obsessed with it. They talked about the giant penis Trump or the giant Trump with no penis. And then they talked about the Tropicana explosion constantly. Like there was other shit going on, but they wanted to blow shit up and they wanted to see what was going on with this weird statue. And that was very hilarious to me. We will come back to the Las Vegas police arrest at the Palms. Very surprising. We almost went to that buffet. We didn't make it. We stopped. We stopped at
He's
another
arrested.
buffet, and then it didn't let us in. They cut us off. They didn't text us, even though we were 40th in line. So we didn't get the buffet we wanted. I don't know what just happened. Okay, we're going to go to, here it is. I'm going to show you this Tropicana shit because it's my favorite.
UNLV collaborating with the Tropicana Hotel Casino to try and preserve its 6-decade legacy.
8 News Now reporter Mary Jane Belliez is sharing the history of the Tropicana and how UNLV is honoring its memory.
For 67 years, the Tropicana was a staple on the Las Vegas Strip. It first opened on April 4th, 1957. UNLV history professor Michael Green says the casino was the most advanced when it was built, now symbolized as part of the old Las Vegas.
So the Tropicana set a standard for its time in luxury. We will remember it for entertainment. The Folies Bergère became the second major production show on the Strip.
Other big names at the Tropicana include the Adagio Dance Company and performer Nancy Housels from dance duo Zoni and Claire. She went on to open the Nevada Ballet Theater and the Smith Center. She also married J. Kell Housels, former president of the Tropicana.
Another way to think of the Tropicana's history is that the mob opened it, and they were going to have a local operator who was not a mobster, J. Kell Housels Sr., run it, and Housels looked and said they're all mobsters and went back to his other properties. They actually weren't successful at the time till Housels came back and bought them out.
Documenting Tropicana's past history is crucial to the Las Vegas Strip's ever-changing skyline. When UNLV learned the Tropicana was closing, they reached out to the general manager to see if they would like to donate the casino's records. Sarah Quigley, UNLV's Director of Special Collections and Archives, says most of what they received from the Tropicana are business records documenting hotel operations.
My favorite item is actually their COVID reopening plan. We don't have a lot documenting how the city responded to the pandemic. So it's nice to have at least a beginning to understand what impact COVID had on a tourist city. We also got quite a bit of film of the Folies Bergère. Before this donation, we didn't have much footage from that show.
Items UNLV receives in their special collections is archived here at Lee Library in various categories, including entertainment, promotional items, business, digital, and much more.
In that pace of change, sometimes history can be forgotten. And so that's really where we come in.
The community can catch a glimpse of these artifacts at UNLV, timeless pieces of the past with unforgettable memories. Mary Jane Belliez, 8 News Now.
As Mary Jane mentioned, the collection located at Lead Library at UNLV. You can certainly check it out for free. It is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5.
In an exclusive tour of the Tropicana demolition site, staff say everything is falling into place ahead of the implosion next week. Thank you for watching 8 News Now at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now reporter James Schaefer has which floor and building you should be keeping your eyes on first when watching the anticipated demolition.
Brian, Denise, it's been in the works since April. Now, it's going to cost over $30 million. For the first time, workers here at the Tropicana demo site opened the doors so we could see everything before it all comes down.
So see how there's fence hung right here?
When the countdown starts, you're going to...
What in the honey I shrunk the newscaster is going on here? Did you see how stoked that dude was for this shit blowing up? Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck.
In an exclusive tour of the Tropicana demolition site, staff say everything is falling into place ahead of the implosion next week. Thank you for watching 8 News Now at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now reporter James Schaefer has...
Okay, so this one confused me because this one was 2 days ago. And when I was leaving Vegas, they were saying it was going to happen the next day. So I don't know if it got pushed back or what. But they'd been counting down. So I'm very confused by that. I guess the plan to go ahead with it happened. Look at this fucking graphic. They literally took a cool drawing and they put boom over it using Canva. These sons of bitches used Canva over a drawing of a historic masterpiece, a staple of Vegas. and the trash that it holds within it. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about casinos. I hate casinos. I hate them so much. Don't go there. Don't go there. You never want to go there. The one time I went to Vegas, I played all weekend on a $2 roll of nickels and a handful of quarters, left with $50. Ass X blew it all in the last gas station just before the Hoover Dam leaving. God damn him. I bet you still think about that. Well, obviously you do. It would piss me off forever. You finally have a win. I mean, that's what happened. I had a win. I had $300. I almost had 500. It was actually a little over, but that went so fast. It all went away. And then I negatived, and then I bottomed out, and I kept bottoming. I am not a good gambler. I'm bad at it. Gambling holds zero interest for me. The firm said I could spend my portion on dinner food, but nah, thanks. Yeah. Here's the thing. Did I get hours of enjoyment? Yes, but it was not really enjoyment so much as anxiety for a brief moment of excitement that was just shattered the second I lost. And then you're just constantly chasing that feeling of maybe I'm going to win again. Maybe I'm going to win again. I want to see Seymour dance for me on this fucking game with this fucking plant that sings to me with Rick Moranis. Is just crazy. Like this House of Horrors game or whatever the fuck. That movie that scared the shit out of me as a kid. Little House of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors, whatever the fuck. And then pigs shooting little coins out of its ass. Like it really did give me anxiety. Yeah, but the history. And they put a boom from Canva. These fucking people. I kept getting kicked out of casinos on the old strip. My daughter was 1 week old. I refused to leave her with strangers in casino, hotel, daycare. I had no idea they had daycares. Because people in Vegas now just take their fucking kids with them everywhere, no matter what fucking time it is. Let's talk about some of the weird things about Vegas we've already discussed, but I want to go over it again and stress this to you. The children were working. The kids were busy. The kids were building a stock portfolio. The kids are collecting their 401k. The kids just have to get to the next paycheck so that they can afford their health insurance. The amount of kids working at 1, 2, 3 in the fucking morning. What do I mean by working? I do have some video on it. If you go back and watch the Fremont video, I know it's very rapidly happening. But if you just take a moment and slow it down and look around, the amount of tiny little children walking around with jobs, with full-blown fucking jobs. What were their jobs? To sell candy to adults, to sell t-shirts, to rap. One little girl was rapping. They expressed that she'd been on America's Got Talent. The parents had t-shirts with her face on it. She was very flat and sharp at the same time somehow. Terrible voice, bad performer. And they put her on the strip and they said, you will dance and you will sing. And boy, God, did she try. It was a lot. Now, Dad's boyfriend loved it. He thought it was hilarious. He was very supportive of the kid rappers. But the kid rapper, when she tried to sing, it was bad. It was really bad. And how dare I judge her, right? Because she's out at 2, 3 in the morning. But listen, honey, if you're going to be a performer in Vegas, you got to fucking get your fucking key right, you know? Anyway, she was 4 or 5. They had little kids break dancing. They had 2 kids running around in a circle just screaming. People were tipping them. There was a teen in a gorilla suit dancing and lunging at people. I'm sure you saw that. Just a lot of what looked like not legal work going on from minors. And very fascinating that there were so many goddamn cops around. No one said anything. No one said, why is this kid not in bed? It is 4 a.m. This is Fremont. There's a guy ODing on meth over there. Why is your kid not in bed? No one said that. Because Vegas. Let's keep going.
Which floor and building you should be keeping your eyes on first when watching the anticipated demolition.
By the way, this is how stoked they are. They're like, which floor should you watch? Listen, we're about to see a building explode, where do we think you should look? They're projecting it like an election. Where's the coolest part of the explosion going to happen? It's fucking wild.
Brian, Denise, it's been in the works since April, and it's going to cost over $30 million. For the first time, workers here at the Tropicana demo site opened the doors so we could see everything before it all comes down.
So see how there's fence hung right here?
When the countdown starts, you're going to want to keep your eyes on the top floor, where a burst of energy will flash the sky Wednesday morning before each floor detonates, going down.
Oh, is
Do not
that
get
this
too
morning?
close because, the decibel level from these charges is pretty loud.
Over
that
140
was yesterday,
decibels,
right?
according to Vince Gutierrez, senior
so
project
confused.
manager for Going Gone, the primary contractor for this job. The company not new to Las Vegas, but this will be their first time the team of 120 takes on a project of this size.
We're also doing a large project at the Mirage. We're part of that project, and
This guy kind of looks like Matthew Perry. Am I nuts?
the convention center and several other projects here in Las Vegas.
But the demolition calling for two different plans. The Paradise Tower, which will implode first, has a steel frame needing 490 pounds of explosives. Then
That's like 4/5 of my 600-pound life person. Okay, what's this? Okay, hold on. There was right here. So this is New York, and the whole fake city. And then right behind it is where we were staying, the Excalibur. But that was just the last day. Before that, we were on Fremont.
Tower, which will implode first, has a steel frame needing 490 pounds of explosives. Then the reinforced concrete club tower needing triple the amount, calling for 1,700 pounds of dynamite. Both planned to fall toward the center of the
Boom.
property.
That was our hotel. If we would have just stayed 2 more days, that's where we were staying. We could have been looked out that we were on the highest level. So there it is faded in the background. So we were like up here. We would have seen it all firsthand view. Damn. Maybe we should have stayed 2 more days for that explosion. No, I couldn't handle being away from the culinary kids longer. And our taxi driver told us this right here, Oyo or whatever. He said the worst fucking hotels you can ever stay at. He said, I'd rather stay at the Budget Inn. He said Budget Inn and Motel 6. He's like, I'd rather stay at the shittiest hotels on earth than that one. He said it's terrible. I was like, oh shit, okay. We were right here, pretending to be knights
of the property.
What we care most about next Wednesday morning is the safety of people and make sure this is a fun event, a good event, but a safe event.
Wait. We want to make sure this is a fun event. Blowing up a building. Okay.
And make sure this is a fun event, a good event, but a safe event.
One additional factor, the weather. Gutierrez says although it's not in the forecast, there's some unwanted conditions they've had to plan for.
The main factor would be if there was lightning, because we don't.
Good morning, New York mom Adrian. Listen, in Vegas, they're really stoked about blowing up a building. The building is the Tropicana. I cannot stress how stoked they are. There are countdowns. There were 40 or 50 fucking news reports on this shit. Like, they're obsessed with it. They're going to blow it up actually right outside of the hotel window where we were staying, which was at the Excalibur the last day. It was the talk of the town. It was the talk of the casino. It was the talk of the news. We're going to blow up a fucking building. And aside from that, the other talk was about the Trump statue and why it didn't have a penis, which it's a 40, 50 foot tall fucking statue, a marionette of Trump out in the desert with no penis. And it's very funny and gross. It's art. That's what they say. Now they're going to blow this fucking building up. Not just one, but 2. The Tropicana Hotel, which, by the way, you guys, people were complaining on booking.com that they're like, I showed up to the Tropicana. I paid for my reservation. I get there. It's a fucking shell. They're going to blow it up. Apparently, they're still booking for it in some website. So don't book the Tropicana. It has lost its fucking charm. We're not doing a countdown because it's Thursday and they said this is happening Wednesday. I'm so confused. Is it now next Wednesday or did it already happen? I don't know. Charm versus appeal. I mean, I don't know if it ever had it. I don't know if it ever had either.
Don't want lightning setting off charges
Oh.
and or hurricane type winds.
Okay, so let's go over what he just said. Is there anything that could fuck with this demolition? Well, there's one thing. The demolition's kryptonite, which would be lightning. That would be the worst thing that could happen. So we have to pray that we don't have lightning or, anything like hurricane winds. Funny you should say that right after a major hurricane that is going to change the weather and has been causing turbulence on all the flights. I would think that they check the weather, hopefully. This is a tough call. It's October 9th, so it's coming up. What does the weather say? Not sure if the week after a big hurricane in the Gulf with the winds going west, right? Or were they going east? Which way were they going? Now I am concerned.
None of that is in the forecast.
Now, a couple other factors at play here, both the power lines and the nearby walkways. Nevada Energy has said they will be rerouting the power for those power lines. And as for the walkways, the glass on there will not be removed. Instead, it will be covered by time of implosion. Reporting from the Tropicana, James Schaefer, 8 News Now.
So they talked about 140 decibels. That's like a shotgun blast right next to your ear. 8 News Now is going to be broadcasting that implosion live at 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday, October 9th. There'll be.
By the way, this is going to be so fucking loud. It could cause you to go deaf. Anyway, if you want to watch it, we're going to have it live. This is so wild. Vegas news is hilarious. I'm sorry. It's very funny.
Right next to your ear. 8 News Now is going to be broadcasting that implosion live at 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday, October 9th. There'll be a fireworks and a drone show. That'll be the opening.
Wait, what? I missed that. Did they just say there's going to be fireworks and a drone show? And they're going to blow it up at 2:30 a.m.? Good. When everyone's asleep in the middle of the week, they're going to hear a shotgun blast to their head. That's cool, Vegas. That's very Vegas of you, Vegas. Thanks for warning us, Vegas. Jesus fucking Christ.
Act before the implosion closes the book on that 67-year-old property.
Now.
We are counting down the days until Tropicana is imploded. There are less than 2 weeks until demolition crews push the button on.
By the way, I'm just playing these news stories about this so you can see how they've been talking about it. You can see the build up. Like, it's a big deal to them. We're gonna fucking blow up a building. This is like in my hometown when somebody gets to fuck up an old trailer. Like, this is a big deal. This is very big for the people of Vegas.
Implosion the Strip has seen since 2016. Before then, the Strip saw more than a dozen implosions. 8 News Now reporter Ryan Tismaneski breaks down what those implosions have brought to our skyline.
If you were watching Channel...
Oh, good. We're going to have a middle schooler tell us about the best explosions ever in Vegas. Wow. The kids are doing great.
From the 90s to the time of the Great Recession, there's a good chance you saw stories about...
Honey, you were not alive in the 90s. I'm going back. I cannot.
Have brought to our skyline.
Watch our grandson tell you about all his favorite explosions on the TV that he saw on the YouTube.
If you were watching Channel 8 from the 90s to the time of the Great Recession, there's a good chance you saw stories about implosions. The sands and the dunes became, well, sand dunes, and the stardust became dust. But once that implosion dust settled, the following came to be. Resort, convention center, resort, condos, resorts, parking lot, resorts, apartment complex, resort, dirt lot, convention center, and now planned baseball stadium.
Why does it look like a clam? I'm sorry, go back. What?
Dirt lot, convention center, and now...
It's a clam. Vegas is getting its own giant fucking clam? Oh, wow. It looks like Aunt Deb just pulled a clam out and plopped it in the middle of fucking Vegas. No, in all seriousness, this kind of looks like the stage at Stubbs Barbecue. This is wild. They're going to build that. That looks pretty big, you guys. That's a big fucking clam.
Planned baseball stadium. Those are the results of Las Vegas's past implosions.
Wait, this is a lot going on. They didn't tell us they were going to show us all at once. Let's see what these are. Okay.
Baseball stadium. Those are the results of Las Vegas's past implosions, as well as the plan for
Those
what's
are
to come.
those are
Hotel and
pretty good implosions. It's a pretty good list. Let's go back again. It's a lot of imploding. What did they implode? What's going on here? What are they imploding? I wish they had the names.
those are the results of Las Vegas's past implosions, as well as the plan for what's to come. Hotel and casino implosions in and around the Strip.
Valerie, so what is okay? We're gonna have to look up the Kingdom now because I want to know. Was that like the basketball? Oh Jesus Christ! Was that the basketball team? I'm very interested in this. What was the response? Were people like really stoked about the explosion? Did they do it at night and the day? Was it satisfying? Did you enjoy it? Did debris get anywhere? Is that a good name for a child? Debris? I have questions.
Date back over 30 years, 13 properties collapsing into clouds of dust to create the Strip that we know today, dirt lot included. The 14th
Oh shit, you're right. They are. Vegas is ripping off Sydney. Oh my God, Vegas is ripping off the Aussies. Oh well, I mean they did it. So Vegas of them. It's so Vegas of them to steal after taking all of your dad's money.
We'll see the
Ooh,
Tropicana's
football
towers
Seahawks love it.
disappear with over 1 ton of explosives making way
Dude, the ERs are gonna be filled.
for the new baseball
Oh, and
stadium.
by the way, Miss TJ, do you know why they're exploding it? One of the main concerns. Fucking asbestos. Like a ton of asbestos. A ton of it.
Way for the new baseball stadium to be built.
More
for
than
that
the
dirt
Sportatorium.
lot, the existing plan is for a third wind
By
tower.
the way, let's go back a little. That's the Trump Tower. See how it's all gold? Sticks out like a sore thumb. It's gold as fuck, right? But then over here, you got some nice brick. This is the Treasure Isle. Treasure Island. I got some cool pictures of that. And the sphere, I believe, is over off this way to the side. Or actually, it might be up closer over here. Either way, I did not see it this flat. I don't remember any of this being here when we passed by it. Is this like the projection, I think, for what they want to do? I don't even think it's there. I don't know what they're showing us right here. I need to go back. I'm very confused because that's for the baseball. Okay.
Explosives making way for the new baseball stadium to be built. As for that dirt lot, the existing plan is for a third wind tower. The plan has been in place since 2018, and back in June of this year, Clark County.
Oh, Adam, what the fuck happened earlier? Okay, well, some artist put up a giant naked thing of Trump, and we couldn't figure out if it had a penis or not. It looked like it was basically a big marionette. I think it's a piñata. They were calling it art. And yeah, it was kind of weird. But other than that, nothing. Oh, are you talking about the fight with the kids? Everybody was fighting. I don't know. I think Rabbit was upset because Rabbit was trying to apologize and no one would accept Rabbit's apology. And I don't even know what Rabbit really did. But I think Rabbit said something that was taken wrong. And then Miss Shorty, I suggested maybe it was a misunderstanding. Like maybe it's hard to read tone. And then Miss Shorty insisted, no, the tone was loud and clear. And then Rabbit did a whole, Birdman thing, which was honestly pretty fucking cool and intimidating. And, just wanted some respect on her name. And, I'm sitting here like Charlemagne, all greased up and scared. And then we started watching the naked Trump stuff. But, I told them just block each other, just block each other. We don't all have to get along. It's fine. And, Rabbit did say, I'm crippled with autism and this shit fucking sucks. And I have a hard time with this. And we said, it's okay, Rabbit. It's okay. But, Rabbit didn't feel like it was okay. And Miss Shorty seemed pretty upset. So, they had a Darlene Becky moment. You feel me? You know what, Adam? I hold you responsible. It's absolutely your fault. You're grounded. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. They're going to be okay. They just need time. They're both, they're both sturdy girls and they're going to figure it out. Sturdy birds, sturdy girls. Dad's kids. It was just a big it's definitely a big misunderstanding. I don't think Rabbit would ever say anything to hurt anybody. I think Rabbit, just misunderstood, or someone misunderstood Rabbit, and I think Rabbit was trying to make it better, and nobody was really accepting that. And I think that upset Rabbit. And I don't blame her, and I don't blame Miss Shorty. I think that they're both going through some shit. They're not really into the Vegas explosion as much as Vegas is, if you get that, And yeah, asbestos is so stupid. And they're going to blow it up, and they're going to get it all over Las Vegas. But you know what? The girls will be fine. Becky and Darlene will be fine. It's like that episode when Becky's deciding to skip college and go live in a trailer with David. Like, what do we do? What do we do when Darlene is having a hard time? DJ gets grounded. That's what happens. I don't remember that exact episode. Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding, I think. I think they'll figure it out. They have to figure it out. Otherwise, they're going to miss the explosion. Should we watch it live when it happens? Was trying to direct his obsession with blowing things up in a positive direction. He grew up and became a nuclear power operator on a submarine. That's so exciting. All right. We're going to keep watching this. It's all fine. It's all fine. Bow to the brows. Don't make me bring back my old eyebrows, kids. I'll fucking do it. Listen, Dad lost everything in Vegas. If I need to shave my brows too, I will do it. Let's watch this shit.
County's zoning commission voted to extend that plan until 2026. Ryan Tismaneski, 8 News Now.
Preparations continue for the implosion of the Tropicana, but if you wanted to see the blast in person on...
By the way, this dude's accent is tops. Let's go back and start over. Yeah, texting and chatting is lame for tone. It's really, really bad for tone. It's hard. And people will insist, no, I get the tone. It's like, I don't know if you do. And other people will insist, like, no, I meant my tone harshly. It's like, well, okay. Taken harshly then. Even if you think they were joking. So tone can go both ways. Bad tone can be misunderstood and then it gets really confusing, right? I've had that happen. I've tried to be angry at someone and they laughed at it. And it's like, well, that's infuriating. But other times I've tried to be goofy and people got mad at it. That's why, I say, why are we trying to reinvent the telephone? Why are we trying to take it in all these different directions? You can text on it. You can, voice to text. You can do all this different shit. Let's just use it as a phone again. Let's just go back to phones. Being phones. Where you call people on them. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? LA says, the big eyes. A retired beach bum in Puerto Rico at 42 years old? Yes, please. Sounds fun. Puerto Rico. That's where old Brody, the wrestler, died in Bruiser Brody in Puerto Rico. It's hard enough in person. Yes. And then you factor in all of our disabilities, all of our pains, all of our, we got kids in here missing kidneys. We got kids in here that got shingles under their tits. We got kids in here who are fucking dying. Everybody's got all that shit going on with their medical shit. Your dad's got fucking psoriasis and no money. We're all fucking pissed off, all right? Your dad's got a gambling disorder. Or what do you call it? A gambling disease. I have a disease. It's called I love to gamble. Turns out I've decided that. I've diagnosed myself. We've all got a lot of problems. Dad's boyfriend's concussed. Now he shakes his dongle at me and puts a bag on his head and covers himself in fake blood and plays with fucking wine openers. Okay? He's 38. He's 38. Someone here in Jackson had a statue of David in his front yard. The city said they had to move it or cover it up, so they dress it up. I fucking love that. I love that. There's a woman who does that with her gnomes. Her gnomes piss off the homeowners association, so she keeps dressing them up and putting them in taunting positions, and I really enjoy it. Resigned last week from my job, and she didn't accept my written resignation. I'm still employed with her. I still love that episode. I've brought this up before, I'm sure, of Seinfeld, where George loses his job, but then he just shows back up anyway. He just shows back up. He's like, so what? I'm here. If you have a couple of pics, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Let's keep watching this explosion excitement.
Continue for the implosion of the Tropicana, but if you wanted to see the blast in person on the Strip, you won't be able to. Bally's Entertainment revealed that because of safety reasons, there will be no viewing area for the implosion on October 9th at 2:30 a.m. But Fox 5 will cover the implosion live for you to watch as part of the event. And there will be a drone and fireworks show. It's all set to send off the hotel before both its 23-story towers come crash.
So right there, I'm going to keep this what dads do. We go back on pictures. We go, that's where me and your mom were staying. We was right there. Right there. That's where your dad lost it all. I cannot stress enough. Do not go to Vegas. All right? And then we'd walk over here and we'd be in this building. And then we could go over to the New York thing and we could cross here and be on the Strip. It was so nice and fun. No, it wasn't. It was a horrible time. Never go there. But if we would have stayed 2 more days, look at that fucking view. Look at that fucking view.
Come crashing down. 490 pounds of explosives are set to bring the 2 towers down within 22 seconds. They plan to turn the site into a ballpark for the now, Oakland Days, formerly the Oakland Days. Fox 5 plans to cover the event for residents to watch through a live stream.
A newly issued permit shows the implosion of Tropicana's towers will likely cost more than $1.2 million. Thank you for joining us here at 6. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now reporter Ryan Tismaneski took to the Strip today to hear from visitors who have mixed emotions about that classic coming down. Ryan?
Denise, Brian, all that's left of the Tropicana is those skeleton-like towers. They almost look like a parking garage. And behind the walls of its deconstruction site, it almost looks like a scene out of a post-apocalyptic movie. There's nothing but piles of dirt and rubble, with workers tearing down what's left until it's implosion time. To some, it's not the prettiest sight to see.
Vegas is like, it's special, isn't it? It's like the place to go to, upmarket, classy.
Well, look. This is what we had to walk through every day to get to the Strip. They're interviewing people outside of Excalibur. Maybe you'll see your dad and dad's boyfriend walking by going, because we can't fucking breathe.
And then that's just an eyesore.
To others, it's a piece of history going away.
Sad, actually, because you've heard of the Tropicana for forever, and I really wanted to see it. Just didn't make it out here quick enough.
The time for implosion is inching closer and
Wait.
closer with the recently
I wanted to see it, but I didn't make it out here quick enough. Okay.
It's inching closer and closer with the recently issued Clark County implosion permit saying the tumbling of the 22-story.
They are so stoked. They are so fucking stoked. See how they're like, look, it's a permit. We're going to fucking blow some shit up.
Towers will cost around $1.2 million. On top of that, a dust control permit from March states it should cost around $100,000 to keep dust under control with someone on call for any fugitive dust. All this to bring a Major League Baseball stadium, which, like the building's implosion, had mixed reviews.
I read that it's coming to the taxpayers, like $1 billion baseball team are coming, and the taxpayers are funding it. Like, it's just doesn't seem.
Wait, what is going on over here? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I just saw what LA put in here. I resigned last week. Wait. Okay, I resigned last week from one job and she didn't accept my written resignation. I'm still employed with her, LOL. Okay. No, this is really what happened. And she emails me every day to say you're the best. So she didn't accept your resignation and she emails you every day to say you're the best. It's so weird. She's a very aggressive lawyer and I formally resigned saying I don't want my name associated with her reputation. That would have been an awesome side that. Yeah, I would have been so sick. She emailed me saying she knows what she's doing and not worried. So I should not be worried. And so would not accept my resignation. See, context overriding in emails. Wait, what? I formally resigned saying I don't want my name associated with her reputation. She knows what she's doing and not worried, so I shouldn't be worried. What? Is it in your drafts? That's the most bizarre. She's calling other lawyers names that other names had to re-involve a mediator after a successful settlement to control back and forth emails between both lawyers. Okay. No, she acknowledged my email. Okay, you should just block her. You can just block her. And just block her, right? Or just don't go to work, and then when she doesn't give you a paycheck, say, okay, she didn't pay me my paycheck. And then if she goes, it's because you didn't work, be like, okay, then fire me. And then when she fires you, then you can fucking get unemployment. Fuck her. She's crazy. Sounds like when George's girlfriend didn't accept his breakup. Yeah. Pretty much the same theme of both episodes. It's all good now. I'll take the pay and see what happens. I work from home. There you go. It is creepy. It's very fucking weird. She never pays me on time anyway. Fuck her. Yeah, I would just like totally avoid her altogether. It's all part of her plan. Oh shit. Anytime someone tells you they have a plan and they start acting nutty like that, you gotta fucking look out. You must both turn your keys. Let's keep watching this.
I would rather see them put it towards making it better than taking it down. But it sounds like it could be a lot more expensive, to be honest.
One of the other steps needed to get the site implosion ready was an asbestos abatement, which a Clark County spokesperson told me was recently completed. The towers should be imploded overnight on October 9th. Reporting live near the Strip, Ryan Tismaneski, 8 News
Okay.
Now.
So the Trop is set to be imploded at 2:30 in the morning on October 9th, and there are already viewing parties as well as fireworks all scheduled for that event.
Yeah, get out.
Ted, thank you. Las Vegas to people who do not live here. It's a name when said makes people smile. Often it's a place international
False. These are all lies.
tourists have right on the top of their bucket list.
But for those of us who do live here, we're very proud, but also know the misconceptions. 8 News Now anchor Ozzy Mora with the two views
You shouldn't be proud. Your city is terrible.
that make it hard for some to see eye to eye.
Oh shit. They do have Shania though. Fuck. They got me on that.
Shania Twain singing about exactly what many people come to do on the Las Vegas Strip. Just let loose. A melting pot of shows, gambling, fine dining, and nightlife. But beyond the Strip, there's a camaraderie of locals who feel forgotten.
Do you avoid the Strip at all costs?
Pretty much, unless there's something that I have to absolutely see.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bitch.
Not your everyday go-to anymore.
Jacqueline Cooper tells me it's just not how it used to be.
Pause it. Pause it. You grew up in Timmins with Shania? Oh my God. Can we touch you? How much? How much did you love her? Was she the best? Does she smell good? Does she smell like vanilla? Does she smell like Bath and Body Works? Is she perfect? Does she glow up close? I love her so much. I love her so much. Yeah, all they care about is the explosion. They really just care about the explosion and that people are upset that downtown exists. And they have they're very, they're not self-aware. Vegas is not self-aware. It doesn't know that it sucks. It thinks it's cool, and it's not cool. It's the kid that charges you. It's the girl in the bathroom who has a tampon, gives it to you, and then demands you Venmo her $8. That's Vegas.
Her safe space is inside these four walls in Henderson.
Population growth is probably the most glaring problem. It was very neighborly and stable. And over the last 15 years, it's boomed.
It's boomed so much that in 2010, Clark County was home to less than 2 million people. As of last year, more than 2.33 million made it their home. In the last year, we welcomed about 127,000 new residents to the Silver State.
Cheers. Cheers. I miss going to the pools on Locals Day and being able to swim.
Cheering to memories on the Strip. Cooper's longtime friend, Kristen Downing.
Bitch, I miss having money. I missed my paycheck I had 3 days ago. I miss that, bitch.
Lived here about 10 years ago. She wants to move back, but she's priced out.
You have to pay for everything.
And now paying for parking.
I remember valeting at the Caesar Forum shops. I had a Cavalier.
pulled up and valeted my son.
Stop bragging about your fucking Cavalier. They took half my paycheck with a pig that shoots coin out of its ass. Okay, I'm trying to get chang chang, bling bling, coin out of that pig, bitch. Don't you dare complain and then tell me you drove a Cavalier.
Now paying for parking.
I remember valeting at the Caesar Forum shops. I had a Cavalier. Pulled up and valeted my sunburst orange Cavalier at the Palms, at Caesar Forum shops. No shame.
Sunburst orange. Also, is there someone dancing in the background while she's giving her interview? What is this right here? Is this a person dancing, trying to distract her? I would be so pissed.
Pulled up and valeted my sunburst orange Cavalier at the Palms, at Caesar Forum shops.
Is your kid doing a TikTok behind her mom or in front of her? What is happening? The camera guy didn't catch this?
Pulled up and valeted my sunburst orange Cavalier at the Palms, at Caesar Forum
What
shops.
is she doing? We're doing those. What is this person doing?
There at the Palms, at Caesar Forum shops. No shame.
They used to have locals night.
Jacqueline tells me the strip used to be a playground for locals where you could be walking on the strip, scroll online, and instantly find endless local discounts. That's not the case anymore.
So I went for a ride down the strip in this white van to learn how we got to this point.
It's a sporting town. That's what it's becoming.
And then the unavoidable.
I thought we highlighted the new
New York Mom Adrian, really? You'd be the one snapping? I'd be so pissed. That would be Dad's boyfriend. He would be snapping in the mirror. I can't believe the camera guy didn't catch that. That was wild.
Nevada state bird. Yeah. The orange.
Is this motherfucker talking about the state bird? They really, they can't. It's like, we're going to blow up a building. We're going to drive around and talk about the state bird.
Yeah.
The orange
So much construction.
That's Adam Flowers, and right next to me is Dick Feeney. Both are founders of Vegas Specialty Tours.
Join us for the Vegas Mob Tour.
A tour taking tourists and locals back to the 40s and 50s, highlighting those responsible for a good chunk of the resorts we know of, the mob.
Benjamin Siegel was born in 1906 in Williamsburg, New York.
Also known as Bugsy, an American mobster and the driving force behind the Las Vegas.
Yo, me too, Tiff. I'm kind of obsessed with it, though. I love it. It's so cheesy. They have to talk like this. It's just crazy to me. And the same with radio people. It's weird, talking to radio people and then seeing how quick they can change. But, I also get it because I used to have to do liners for the radio, and it's very weird. They're like, nope, we want you to sound they want you to sound cheesy as fuck. It's wild.
Vegas Strip.
You aren't in Vegas till you're north of Sahara Avenue, Strat Tower, Fremont Street, downtown. That's Vegas.
Okay. Literally right under this is where I was working. Right under this. I could look out from where I was working and see this. All of this. This was my exact view. Neat.
And then the iconic resort, the Flamingo. Bugsy opened it in
The Flamingo was sick. I have photos. I will show you guys. I'm importing all the photos and videos. Flamingo was sick. And they have RuPaul's Drag Race inside. And they have, I think they had a Wayne Newton thing coming up. I don't know. It might have been a fake Wayne Newton. I don't know. It was there for a week. Actually, a week and a day, I think.
1946. It's the third casino to make it on the strip.
It does look
the
sick.
strip began to develop
And by the way,
in 1941.
They had flamingos there in a flamingo garden. And we went there and we looked at flamingos and ducks, and they were very cute. Dad's boyfriend is scared of flamingos. He doesn't like them. He hates them. They are his least favorite bird besides owls. But getting to be close to the flamingos, he kind of bonded with them. It was very cool. They were beautiful. They seemed to be well cared for too, which made me happy.
All the casinos were set back off the strip.
You mean the entrance of the strip?
Entrance, yeah. They were. So you drive in a long driveway.
The Mirage being the best example of how casinos looked years back.
And mind you, you could pull into a hotel from the street and park in front.
Michael Green is a Las Vegas historian. He's street and book smart.
Have you read all the books?
I've read a few.
A few detailing the evolution of the strip, which some used to call the wilderness.
Originally, the strip was far out of town to a lot of people, but it was an easier place to visit.
But visiting, like so many other things, now costs more than ever.
You know, I have to say, I really do like this news story. I don't hate it. I like how they're showing us old pictures of Vegas. It's interesting.
If you balance inflation, it was cheaper, but I think it was less glorious than a lot of them thought at the time.
And in the meantime, the revenue stream for Las Vegas has reversed. Green says money came from 2/3 of.
By the way, Paris or whatever it's called. I think it's called Paris, or maybe just Paris. That hotel in New York. If you're going to go to Vegas, those are, if you're like, of all the cheap hotels, those two are usually like around Excalibur and I would say Flamingo range as far as like pricing. You always see them cheaper on booking.com. If I could redo my options for where I stayed, 100%, if I had to choose, it would have been in Paris, New York, or it would have been in the Flamingo. Definitely the Flamingo. Flamingo fucking looked like it ruled. I was so pissed I picked Excalibur, which was actually a little more expensive and not nearly as cool. Excalibur is also like very kind of dingy in the rooms, but they have nice furniture, you know? And the Golden Nugget was the other one we stayed at. It's got very dated, older rooms, but it's got really nice linen and really good shampoo and conditioner. But they're like kind of dingy rooms. I would have stayed at Flamingo 100%. Or I would have probably, I mean, if you got the money for it, fuck it. The Chelsea and Cosmopolitan looked awesome, dude. They looked awesome. Yeah, Paris is, it used to be apparently the new pricey thing. For some reason, it was pretty cheap, and I don't know why I didn't pick it. And New York was awesome. They had the best food. They actually, out of all the casinos, I think New York had the most reasonable priced food. Like, and a ton of options, like a ton. And it was really cool. And it did kind of feel in parts of it like being in Brooklyn, which I enjoyed. I really liked that. I thought New York was very cool. So yeah, I definitely think that if I could go back and redo it, I would probably have picked Flamingo or New York or Paris. Those are the 3 hotels I would have picked. Let's keep going.
Gambling and 1/3 everything else, food and entertainment. Not anymore.
When someone asks me if Las Vegas has changed for better or for worse, I always say yes.
Because there's better and there's worse. No matter where you live, it just depends on who you
Dude,
ask.
Brooklyn
I still love
rules.
Vegas. I don't want to. I know this seems like a slam session. It's not.
I would just like to see them kind of focus on locals again.
As for those 2 local tour guides,
We come a long, long way in a short time.
Las Vegas is growing, and now it's dealing with the growing pains. Ozzy Mora.
Well, like
News now.
Cool.
And new tonight, a source tells.
We almost went to the buffet here. Also, this is a crazy story. Also, Dad is kind of losing his voice a little bit, so I am going to go soon. But I did want to show you guys Vegas news. It's fascinating. It's totally different than any other news I've seen. It's just, and it's all like this. Like, it's all like this. It's just a lot of like think pieces on why do we hate ourselves? Why do other people like us? It's a lot of, you know, someone killed a hooker in a casino and they're a man of God or a politician. A ton of look at what this politician did. Almost every single commercial is a political ad slamming someone. They are very, very, very conservative, like on the streets. Like they sell a lot of like conservative stuff. Like they're all super big into Trump, but then like, and also the news really seems to be like very swayed. But then there's like a lot of hippies and furries and a lot of protests and funny art of naked Trump. So it's very confusing. It's probably, it kind of reminds me a lot of East Texas, where everyone is split, completely disagrees with each other. They're always fighting. No one can get along, yet they coexist somehow. and only they're allowed to rip on each other. If you rip on them, they'll all beat your ass. Also, every place you go there is stealing from you. Everything's overpriced. It is beyond airport prices in the regular world. And it is scary. You will blink and lose it all.
Telling one of our 8 News Now investigators that a man has been arrested following a 30-year-old escort's death. The crime allegedly happened back on the 12th at Palms Casino Resort Hotel, but the suspect, 35-year-old Jason Kendall, turned himself in this afternoon to face murder and sexual assault charges. Now, he's due in court tomorrow. The escort died at the hospital several days after the incident. Metro Police have not provided an official version of events to us just yet.
Breaking here at 6 o'clock, the man in this viral.
Oh, yeah, this popped up while I was there. They've been talking about this again. So I was like, let's see what
Video
happened there.
attacking a judge pleads guilty after that same judge testifies just hours earlier. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Sasha Loftus. The judge telling the jury she thought she was going to die, and that appears to have swayed this man to end his trial.
8 News Now investigator David Sharns live in our newsroom with a dramatic testimony and also to tell us what's next. David?
Well, there were no less than 6 marshals in the room as Judge Holthus took the witness stand, testifying that she believed she was going to die that day. And her testimony appears to have swayed the man who did it, as he says he's guilty but mentally ill.
I remember him coming at me.
For the first time since the defendant attacked her in her courtroom, Clark County District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus describes what happened to her.
Yo, she looks like Penny Marshall, dude. That's crazy.
What happened as 31-year-old Dioba Redden dove over her bench, leading to an attempted murder charge, and Holthus now taking the stand. The key piece of evidence in the trial, the video, which both Redden and Holthus watched intently as prosecutors played it.
I just remember
That guy
saying, help,
flew.
help, somebody get him off. I mean, in my head, I was completely defenseless. He was so determined and so violent and so... It was scary. I didn't think I was going to get out of there.
But before Redden took his surprise plea, prosecutors had to prove he intended to kill. Holthus telling the jury he punched her and pulled her hair, saying she didn't think she'd survive.
Here's another thing. I just want to point this out. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm not trying to shame the judge, but I am going to say some heavy, real shit right now. It really bothers me how many judges don't give a fair amount of time to people who commit violent offenses or sexually violent offenses or domestic situations that are extremely violent, when they don't charge them correctly and they end up getting out earlier and repeating over and over and over the same behavior towards other people. This guy had a history, okay? A lot of the guys that you see, in fact, almost all of them that lunge at judges. Yes, I worked on a compilation for you. Almost all of them have a severe background of recidivism when it comes to violence on both strangers and loved ones. I find it very interesting to see and unfortunate to see a judge going through this. So I want to be very clear when I say what I'm about to say. I am sensitive to her plight, but it is fascinating to see her undergo that feeling of being a victim, taking a stand as a victim to talk about what she went through. And I'm assuming she expects there to be harsh penalties, as there is an attempted murder charge on him, and she is testifying to try to prove that on behalf of the prosecution, right? I find it fascinating that now we're going to go with attempted murder because he tried to do that to a judge, right? When this is a guy who has done things like this before to others. A lot of these people who do these violent things do them over and over and over. And judges give them 5 years, maybe just probation, maybe ankle monitors. People who shoot people. There's a murderer right now in Texas who tied up and murdered a pregnant woman and the baby It was a cold case for 30 years. He's out on bond. These are the type of things that keep people repeating the same shit over and over and over again. And now we have a judge who experienced it, and now we're going to lock him up forever. I think that this judge should, in the future, advocate for witnesses and victims to be heard now that she has been one, to try and insist on stronger penalties for people who attack women. I hope that she does that, because I was looking at her record a while back. I was looking at a couple of different judges' records, and their penalties for people who do things like this to other people, and they are not usually attempted murder. And again, I'm trying to be respectful, but like, I just hope that in the future, she, and in a way they don't even let you do jury duty for cases involving violent crimes if you've been a crime victim. So it's interesting. I wonder if how that works with her as a judge. She's going to have to put these feelings aside for any case involving a violent crime, right? So it's kind of crazy when, women get the shit beat out of them to near death by the same guy over and over and over, and judges just let him out. But then when they jump over and attack a judge, all of a sudden it's attempted murder. I think that all people should be treated equal. I don't think that a judge or a cop or anybody's life is more important than yours or mine. And I think that there needs to be a harsher penalty for people who commit violent attacks and sexually violent attacks, no matter who it's against. Just a thought. But I do wonder how this is going to affect her future judgment on other people going through things like this.
He punched her and pulled her hair, saying she didn't think she'd survive.
There's a part of me going, I'll be dead. But I have 3 kids. They're going to watch. And that's what they're going to see. That's what was making me so mad. Not what he was doing to me, but what he would do to my family.
Holthus thanking her law clerk and the 2 other men who she says pulled Redden off her.
He continued going after me so forcefully and so violently that literally 3 or 4 healthy, strong young men couldn't get him off of me. It was so strong. They saved my life. I tell them that all the time. You guys saved my life.
Now, the judge in this case could sentence Redden to anywhere from 3 to more than 2 decades in prison, and that sentence carries extra time because Holthus is older than 60. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
David, thank you. A plea of guilty but mentally ill means a defendant must prove they are mentally ill before sentencing. It also means a judge could order mental health treatment.
A Las Vegas tourist hoped for a lifelong memory.
Okay, so I put this in here because this happened the day before we went out on the strip. Like, I saw this, and then the next day I was like, oh, fuck. We're going to be out on the strip. And I was hesitating to film because of what I saw on the fucking news. And we literally walked right past the same. It wasn't the exact same guys, but it was guys in blue shirts handing out these flyers. It was the same corner in front of the beer park building in front of Paris. Walked right by the same group. It wasn't the exact same guys though, because I looked to see. I was like, avoid them. They were not there, but watch this shit.
A Las Vegas tourist hoped for a lifelong memory with her son, but it turned out to be a painful memory instead.
8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy has this story you're seeing right here first.
Yeah, he was.
Coming to Vegas,
Court
there's
reporter.
supposed to be some of the best tattoo artists in the world. I'm still just in shock.
Shock after this
Oh,
is what
wait. This is This is a different story. You'll see the other story I was talking about in front of Beer Park. This is a couple that got a botch tattoo. By the way, there are a ton of, let me go back. There are a ton of tattoo artists giving fake tattoos on the side of the strip. And it looks like they're using a stick and poke prison method. I'm not even fucking with you. And on Fremont, they were doing that. It did not look clean. and they had like flash on a bunch of sheets of paper, like little, flash versions of tattoos, like a dime a dozen. And it says that it's supposed to fade. It's not permanent. But then I saw other people with machines that, I used to tattoo. They look like real tattoo machines. And it insisted that it was not permanent. And then there were a bunch of tattoo shops that were doing really fucking cheap ink. So I was very fascinated. I did not get any. Dad's boyfriend almost got one. I was like, fuck no. But let's check this out, because I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? I'm so glad I didn't get one, but check this out.
Painful memory instead.
8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy has this story you're seeing right here first.
You think coming to Vegas, there's supposed to be some of the best tattoo artists in the world. I'm still just in shock.
Shock after this is what she left with.
I just sat there and cried for a few hours.
She asked us to protect her identity using only her first name, Melissa. She says she was visiting from British Columbia, Canada on April 1st when she took her son to get a birthday tattoo at Illuminati Tattoo just off the Las Vegas Strip. She said they did their research and checked reviews.
They were all amazing results.
While her son's tattoo was a success.
Okay, I want to say something just before we even get further, because I watched half of this and I was like, I want to wait and be surprised. But I had some thoughts seeing this. Okay, let's look at this for a second.
I'm still just in shock.
Shock after this.
Okay. If you've ever gotten tattoos, cover-ups, if you tattoo yourself, this does look like potentially, I'm not sure if it is, but it looks like it's a cover-up that was not completed. It looks like someone started the outline and maybe she stopped them and said, no, this looks bad, right? However, it could be part of his process or her process, whoever the artist is. But then I look right here and look at how fucking crooked that is. That is not a steady hand. See that line? Not a steady hand. Cracking. And just none of this looks steady. Did he freehand it or she? I don't know. Look at these. This looks terrible. It's just a bad fucking tattoo. Let's keep going.
Is what she left with.
I just sat there and cried for a few hours.
She asked us to
Hey, Miss Park.
protect her identity.
We did play the Moose Flute, the song of the whore. And we're continuing. We're watching Vegas news. They're going to blow up the Tropicana. And we might watch it live here. Also, don't get a tattoo in Vegas, Miss Parks. Never get a tattoo in Vegas. Tiff Knox, I have no idea why she'd do that.
Identity using only her first name, Melissa. She says she was visiting from British Columbia, Canada on April 1st when she took her son to get a birthday tattoo at Illuminati Tattoo just off the Las Vegas Strip. She said they did their research and checked reviews.
They were all amazing results.
While her son's tattoo was a success, her experience took a turn.
It was about halfway through when I looked at my son and his face. He just had a bit of a confused look on his face, a bit of worried look on his face. And at that point, I saw him take his phone out and start videoing.
She says she froze and noticed the artist appeared to be struggling.
He was sweating profusely. His eyes were dilated. He was slurring his words. I can only imagine that he was on drugs, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
She also claims at times he used no ink, a dry needle, and removed his gloves.
Oh my fucking God. What, dude? Dry ink. First of all, no water? I mean, okay, people can water down ink, whatever. But like you're supposed to switch out, you're supposed to dab the needle in some water. You're supposed to clean it every once in a while. Not full-blown autoclave, but you're supposed to dip. It's like shaving dry. It's just not a good idea. You have to prep the skin. Look at these shitty lines. Look at, you can even see the skin raising. Oh my God. He took his gloves off. He's sweating. His eyes are dilated. Yeah, he's definitely high as fuck. He's probably on Molly or some shit. Crack. Who knows? Look at that fucking unsteady. Okay, right here. See where it curls and then it gets really big all of a sudden? That's bad. That means he went super deep, and then he went back, and then he went back again. No gloves. Holy shit. Also, look how huge that looks compared to the... Oh, my God.
Dry needle and removed his gloves. This is the end result.
I was very, very upset.
Here she says he tries
Oh.
offering an explanation.
Wait. Oh, my God. Look at this. This is so bad. This is so bad. So it looks like she might have was he trying to do a cover up, or is this all him? Because this looks like two different tattoos. This one looks almost like a pen, like far healed. I'm very confused by this. Oh my God, no gloves. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, no, pick this giant fake cult that everyone's terrified of. Pick the place named after that. Right, Miss Parks? Like, not a good idea, lady. She came from Vancouver too, which has some of the best tattoo artists in the world. Worms and ghosts? Fuck. I don't even know what I'm looking at. This is a fucking Rorschach.
I was very, very upset.
Here she says he tries offering an explanation.
You're not happy tomorrow when I explain it to you and
Okay, first of all, definitely drunk. Also, even if he used a clean new needle, I mean, he's not putting water in it. All that hair and blood is getting jammed up in the fucking needle. It's getting fucking moved around. He's not wearing gloves. This is also spooky.
tattoo it. I'll just give you your money back.
I was totally.
It's supposed to look
just
like
in-
what was in her hand, which honestly also looks kind of piss poor, but no judgment.
Just in shock. He didn't clean the tattoo area. He didn't wrap it. He didn't tell me what to do for aftercare.
She says she later reached out to the shop. She provided the 8 News Now investigators with these text messages from the tattoo artist.
I'm sorry it went this far. I've just been fired. The health department is involved, and that's unforgivable. Will you give me a chance, or should I just go home?
I'm sorry it went this far. He seemingly begs her to drop her complaint and refers to the owner. Please call him and tell him you won't ruin him. She said she went back the next day, and eventually the owner wrote this, stating he'd pay for her tattoo removal. She claims he also made a shocking revelation.
He responded that this was his longtime friend, that he had been a drug addict in the past, but had been clean for 8 months, so he decided to give him a chance.
She filed a complaint with the Southern Nevada Health District. An inspector noted the artist had an expired body art card, so he shouldn't have been tattooing in the first place. Melissa also didn't sign a consent form or fill out a release. The business was advised to make sure customers fill out consent.
So in Texas, that'll shut you down permanently. That is, here it's considered a biohazard. It's cross-contamination of blood and human fluid. You can't do that. That's so fucking bad.
Forms. The owner stated the artist is no longer employed by the shop, and there's a zero tolerance for substance use while on duty. The inspection was also done, which found several violations, including missing expiration dates on sterilized equipment. This also wasn't the first time a tattoo artist here didn't have a valid body art card. That's noted in previous inspections.
Hi, Jerry. We're watching Las Vegas news. This woman got a horrible fucking tattoo. It's so bad from this guy. It's so bad. Want an address? Want to make the news? Okay, let's see. Ban user and delete their comments. No, I don't, Jerry. All right, let's keep going. This is so unsanitary. He did not clean her skin. I have 3 plus my eyebrows. I checked just, yeah, I definitely looked into mine extensively. I have one really, really bad tattoo from a terrible artist and a couple of bad ones from myself. But yeah, I don't I don't do random artists anymore after I learned my lesson. Let's keep going. This is wild.
April, the 8 News Now investigators also learned Illuminati Tattoo's business license was in default. According to the Secretary of State's office, this is due to not renewing their state business license for last year and this year. On May 1st, since filing wasn't complete,
Oh, hey, Trouble.
the license was revoked. We called the owner a couple of times to get his side of the story. When he didn't call us back, we showed up. Can you say anything or?
This guy looks pretty cool. This guy looks like he plays bass in a Deftones cover band. So I immediately don't trust him. Hello, Trouble. Nice to see you. We're watching a Vegas tattoo nightmare.
Or Melissa says she's planning to sue.
I think I'm ashamed of myself and embarrassed that I didn't stop it.
Yeah, because you let a fucking knockoff Richard Allen give you a shitty
Vanessa
tattoo.
called the tattoo artist yesterday. It appears he hung up, and the 8 News Now investigators discovered how the public can't just immediately access information about a tattoo artist's body art card on the Health District website. You have to actually file a public records request. Interesting, because like Melissa, many customers are tourists.
Okay.
It was
All right, this next one involves, this is the side of Vegas news that I was surprised by. I don't know why I was surprised by it. We're going to watch some of this. We're going to wrap it up at 3 hours. So this is just long enough. It's 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, Vegas and Nightmare do go hand in hand. They really do. Fuck, I'm so pissed. Like, I thank Christ they're going to have it somewhere else next year because I can't handle another year in Vegas. I can't. I worked a whole week to see half of my paycheck gone within 7 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. I was a pile of mush. Okay. I was a septic pile of waste. I was a vegetable. I was sitting in my own filth at a machine that had a plant that eats Rick Moranis. And it sang to me. And the plant sang to me. And it said things like, you don't know what I can do. It was a little Shop of Horrors machine. And I touched the button and Seymour would sing, you don't know who you're messing with. And I went, oh my goodness, Seymour, please sing to me more, Seymour. And then all of a sudden, Rick Moranis and this lady would come in and they'd sing. And then money would fall down. Little digital pixeled money, it would fall down. And it would say, you've been awarded. You've won blah, blah, blah. $200, $100, $50, $10. It didn't matter the amount. It felt good. And as my frontal, my backal, my sidal, all the cortexes went fucking ape shit in my brain, my butthole puckered and my heart started beating rapidly because I said, I'm a fucking winner. I love being a winner. This feels good to win. I never win anything. And then I won. And I went, ah, I love that feeling. I want to feel that again. Let's go play Pig. Let's see if Pig will be nice to me. I was on nothing. I was on gambling. That's what it does. It gives you adrenaline. I was on cigarettes and really good casino coffee. I don't know what they put in the coffee. I could have been dosed. I don't know. They could have given me a fucking Blue Chew for all I know. Because your dad was rock hard, sitting at a casino, letting a plant sing to him. And then dad sat there and watched a pig and an old man with a banjo sing to him too, while money shot out of the pig's ass. And your dad felt alive. I haven't felt that alive since I bought that 65 Mustang in the 80s. No, I don't know what happened. I blacked out, okay? I heard from dad's boyfriend that they release oxygen into the casino, specific kinds that are supposed to make you feel enthused at times, and they restrict it so that you feel tired at other times, and they change the lighting, and it all affects you like an interrogation. So naturally, I tried to withstand all of these things, and your dad fell victim to that horror called Las Vegas. I loved watching that plant get all jived up and throw money at me. fake digital money, and then to see the little thing print out that says, "You're a fucking winner, bitch." I said, "Oh, I love it. I love the songs. I love when the lights come and everybody turns around and it says fucking jackpot." And people go, "Ooh," and sometimes they clap for you. Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. And I sat there and I played Pig. And I played I just tapped the button. There was no rhyme or reason. And then I discovered this thing called blackjack, which I've played before, and I'm pretty good at it. But I didn't know all the hand signs. And it's like being in a gang. If you throw the wrong hand sign, you can fuck everything up and you can end up getting your ass capped. So your dad was throwing all the wrong gang signs and he ended up losing all his fucking money. There was one nice guy named Victor, and I had a Canadian Rowdy Piper guy next to me telling me what to do. I was killing it that night. But the second Rowdy went to bed because he had to get back to Canadian trucking on the ice. And the Germans left. And it was me and the dealer. I was fucked. May as well have been at a P. Diddy party. There was nothing I could do. It was bad. It was really bad what happened. Everything gone. In an instant. In an instant. I thought I was big shit. I ain't nothing. I'm basically the neighbor. Anyway, let's finish watching. This is the weirdest shit. And I'm going to play us out on this and fade out into the darkness. Because they fucking love aliens there, and I think that's funny. I love you kids, and you have a good night. And I did miss you this week. And I'll be back. Promise me you'll never go to Vegas. Good night.
The streak seen across the sky, now seen around the world. This, as our 8 News Now investigators confirm, Metro actually set up cameras at this home where a family called 911 claiming to see aliens in their backyard. And tonight, a fierce debate is underway about the legitimacy of an alleged UFO crash. Good evening, I'm Janice Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Our 8 News Now investigators reporting about terrified members of a local family who told police they had aliens in their backyard. Chief Investigator George Knapp here to piece it all together.
You know, as with all things UFO, the public debate is ferocious and ongoing. Was it all a hoax? Were we duped? Was it all an evil plot, a cover-up, all of the above? We took another look at the hubbub to separate wheat from chaff. The fireball captured on a police body cam on the night of April 30th was real. The American Meteor Society says witnesses reported seeing it all across the West, from northeastern Utah to Southern California. Another Las Vegas resident sent us a video of the same object recorded on her home camera.
Investigation by Nexstar station KLAS.
As the story of the Las Vegas incident spread across newscasts and social media, one of NASA's planetary defense officers weighed in to say it was likely a small meteor that fell to Earth hundreds of miles away from Las Vegas. Police videos obtained by 8 News Now indicate Metro officers were among the witnesses.
One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious.
The appearance of the meteor seemingly triggered the events that followed. A frightened family called 911 and told police they had 10-foot-tall alien beings in their backyard. Officers responded to the home minutes later, interviewed the witnesses, canvassed the area, and cautiously inspected the backyard to look for intruders. One thing noticed by the officers was a circle in the soil. In conversations with us and in a podcast interview, Angel, the main witness, suggested the circle might have been created when an unknown object landed in the yard. Social media sleuths have since pointed out that the circular image has been viewable via Google Earth for more than a year. The family told us by phone they had seen suspicious vehicles with men in black types checking out their home. Turns out there is substance to that. A retired police officer fessed up on News Nation that he spent days staking out the house to see what, if anything, unfolded. What about those reports that Metro installed a special surveillance camera atop the house, presumably to watch for intruders, human or otherwise, or overzealous media? Turns out that's true as well. Metro confirmed as much in a statement to 8 News Now's David Charnes. The system stayed on the roof for days. What about the Ring camera video with the weird noise? The main witness, Angel, intimated to us the video was recorded by one of his neighbors, and the audio was from the April 30th UFO crash. It wasn't. The security camera video was recorded in mid-April, according to the man who first posted the clip. He doesn't want his name used, but says the recording was from a fireball that passed over his home in the southwestern part of the valley 2 weeks prior to the alleged alien encounter. The family declined to be interviewed by us, but members have spoken elsewhere and stick to their claims of seeing aliens in the backyard. Dozens of people on social media have analyzed and dissected the images with various claims of aliens spotted in the shadows. Police do not believe this was a hoax call, which could be a crime if done intentionally. In the fervid swamp known as UFO world, our coverage of the story was itself seen as a dastardly plot to distract attention away from a prominent whistleblower named David Grush, who stepped forward around the same time. Grush unveiled his explosive on-camera account on News Nation, which is owned by the parent company of KLAS. In spite of the local news story, Grush's story was reported by news media all over the world. Curses foiled again.
All right. So, I mean, what do you make of this whistleblower, David Grush?
He first reached out to me about a year ago. We've been in contact ever since. He's the real deal. I mean, he had a distinguished career in the Air Force. Then he went to work for a three-letter agency you probably haven't heard of, the NGA, which basically tracks everything in space, in the air, in the ocean, under the ocean, on land. They keep track of everything. He has the highest security clearances in our government. And in that capacity, he interacted with something like 2,000 SAP, special access programs. And he learned along the way that we're reverse engineering crash flying saucers, and he's been telling that to Congress under oath behind closed doors. And I think they'll probably bring him back. So it's a pretty intriguing story. A lot like what we've been hearing about out in the Nevada desert for a long time.
Right. Of all the stories you've done over decades and decades, this one has really gone worldwide.
The backyard alien?
Yes.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy how much email we get, you know. We're not done with it.